Total Smith here. Make sure y'all subscribe to my boy Downtown Deuce ASAP. Come on, man.
Destination restoration. Destination restoration. Destination restoration. Yeah, Detroit. Destination restoration. Yeah, it's our time. Can you feel the elevation? We on a mission on vacation. Time to create the separation. Championships and motivation. 313 need no explanation. Miss me with all that conversation. We ready for the confrontation. Counting down to our destination. The final destination. Together all the time together. It's us against the world, it don't get no better. We turned it around, that was the beginning. Coming for the crown, you know we winning. Time to put in the work, I'm about to go berserk. Taking our prisoners, it's my time. Yeah, I know that it hurts. Tearing back out the church, you don't wanna see me in my prime. The mission is to ring, we're caught in everything. In the city, supporting the dream. Reaching new heights never seen, we deserve to be king. It's all or nothing, no in between. The clock is ticking and I hope you're listening. Don't touch me cause I'm sizzling. Physicality is tipping and mentality is menacing. The dog pound body's crippling. Now the clock is ticking and I hope you're listening. Don't touch me cause I'm sizzling. Physicality is tipping and mentality is menacing. The dog pound body's crippling. Feel the elevation. We on the mission on vacation. Time to create the separation. Championships and motivation. 313 need no explanation. Miss me with all that conversation. We ready for the confrontation. Counting down to our destination. The final destination.
Detroit basketball. Woo! What up, though? Everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Downtown Deuce Show with the boss. Ah, man. Hope everybody's having a great start to the week on this Monday evening. By the way, happy Martin Luther King Day to everybody, man. Fun fact, 1986 was the first official year of the national celebration of Martin Luther King Day, and that happens to be the year that your boy was born. So, means a little extra to me, But guys, listen, I'm a little bit under the weather tonight. Bear with me. I don't know what's going on. I caught a bug. I'm gonna do the best I can to try to get through this, but we got Boss here. She's gonna carry for us per usual. So y'all just bear with your boy. So man, by the way, chat, we got a poll that's already up for the belt. So y'all let us know who you guys think got the belt, and we will revisit that. Once again, it should be, I won't say even, but it should be pretty even, I guess you could say, because we have, once again, some great contributors from a lot of guys, boss. That's what we want to see, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, man. This is great. This is a marquee matchup, man. Matchup, guys, between two of the top seeds in the Eastern Conference. By the way, shout out to you guys, man. We see y'all in the chat, man. We're going to do the best that we can to get to all of your comments, man. Y'all coming in hot. Devin says Eastern Conference Finals preview. I ain't mad at that at all. We could definitely see that for sure. A lot to get to in this game, man. So listen, like we said, top two teams in the East, right? And we're not talking about the Knicks, who, by the way, got the doors blown off them on national TV prior to this game by the Dallas Mavericks earlier tonight. So we are talking about the Pistons and the Boston Celtics, who, by the way, have surged to the number 2 spot in the East and now appear to be the Pistons' biggest threat in the Eastern Conference, at least for now. But the Pistons, they prevail. They come away with the dub, man. And boss, the time, like Martin Luther King always said, the time is always right to do what is right. And tonight, the Pistons did what was right for the city of Detroit, man.
Yes.
They pick up the third straight dub. They beat the Boston Celtics at home in a thriller, 104-103, to improve to an East best 31-10 record overall. I think they now have a 5.5 game lead over the Celtics now after this win, right? Is that right? Okay. Yeah. And they are now 21-6, boss, versus the Eastern Conference. And they win the season series against the Celtics 3-1, which could have been 4-0 had, save for a late comeback by the Celtics in game 2 that these teams played.
Yeah.
Somebody posted in the comments that we were only 13 games away, boss, from matching our total win count from last year
That's
already,
crazy.
which is insane, man, for sure. So, really quick injury report. There were no injuries for the Pistons tonight. Clean slate, not one player on the report. I think Ron Howland had an illness and he was questionable, but he played tonight and he definitely contributed. We needed his contributions as well. Before we get into initial thoughts, boss, I know I said a mouthful there. I want to get to the super chat from our guy, Damadavi, coming through as he always does, per usual. Damadavi, what's going on, my brody? Coming through. He says, what a game. What a game. Uncle T came up big tonight looking like Sheed. Def on point. K was building homes for the needy with his jumper, but still controlled the game on and off, and teammates picked him up. Whole team gets the belt tonight. Yeah, you're right, man. Yeah, this was definitely a gutsy win. We really had to gut this out, man. This wasn't an easy game for us to go get. It wasn't perfect. But once again, we've seen the Pistons of the last few games here kind of grind out some wins. Against Phoenix, wasn't pretty, but just still found a way to win. It's not always going to look the same, right? So once again, Damadavi is correct. I got to agree with you, man. Uncle T was looking like Sheed in the post tonight, man. Just getting it done. Really getting into his bag. And we needed him for sure. We're going to get to why we thought he was very important in this game, particularly for sure. So, like I mentioned, we're going to try to get to as many comments as we can. Y'all are coming in hot, man. So we'll do the best we can. But without further ado, I am going to shut up and I'm going to let Boss talk now and give her take on what she saw in this game with her initial thoughts. So, Boss, take off. What did you see in this game tonight? Holla at me.
I'm so happy. Like, I'm so glad we pulled it out because especially after the first, we kind of just like locked into our game more. We were doing, our things. Definitely a couple of things we struggled with, a couple flaws, but a lot of guys stepped up to replace that, which makes me, again, if it was an Eastern Conference Finals matchup, it makes me, feel confident that some of the guys that were a little rusty tonight would shake that off. But overall, thrilled. I have, I'm kind of up and down with what I saw, but again, overall, just extremely happy that we pulled out this win.
Yeah.
Just that we're number one. And I just, some of you mentioned it, but I live in Denver, so I don't get the local broadcast. If it's a national broadcast team game, I don't get the option. I hated it. Felt like watching a Celtics home game for bad. It was frustrating. It was frustrating me. But that was another reason that was motivating me. He only had to mention 6 times that Jaylen Brown told him. So if Jaylen Brown told him, it must be true. But Jaylen Brown told him he's the best two-way player.
Yeah.
But our two-way player, who we know to be the best two-way player in the league, is Cade. Even though he wasn't, dropping his field goals tonight, he still contributed in big ways, offense and defense, something that Jaylen Brown cannot say today.
Facts.
So that at least felt good to like pull out the win and be like, now you can shut up about it, Scalabrine. But
yeah, that was a little annoying.
I'm just thrilled. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great game, man. Great game, man. By the way, I see you guys' comments. It's funny you guys are saying kind of a lot of similar things, and me and Boss were actually just talking about something we might do. So I saw Thugway Joe said Deuce could have definitely did the Peacock broadcast much better than what they presented. That's kind of what Boss was talking about. And Glenn said you need to do play-by-play on these national televised games. Guys, we are considering experimenting with that, just doing some play-by-play on the live games, live broadcast. So you guys let us know. Yeah, let us know how you guys feel about us possibly doing that. And we will try, if you guys want, we could try to just continue it on with the post game like we're doing right now. But let us know how you guys feel about that. We'll see if we can do some live streams actually during the game. You guys can kind of get our live reaction, and we'll just kind of go from there. So let us know.
I definitely be your Kelser. I'd be the Kelser to your Blaha. You can do the play by play, and I can just
count that baby in the file. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I'll get a tomahawk done.
Hear a fun fact, or you'll just hear me scream. So, yeah.
Nacho said, "Me a special." I gave you the high note, bro. I gave you the high note, man. You make sure you hit the like button. We appreciate y'all, man, for sure. Y'all coming in hot, man.
Yeah.
So a lot of initial thoughts from me, boss. I guess not too many, but I definitely got some things I want to hit on. This is good. This is a good highlights. This is high level basketball, good quality basketball. The officials kind of got a little bit in the way, a little bit toward the end of the game, right? Which we don't want to see in close games down the stretch. That's the worst time you want to see officials pop up in a game, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But high level basketball on both sides, man. The Boston Celtics are a good team.
Yeah,
they're a very well coached team, right? They are disciplined. They play good defense. They know how to run their offense well. They don't really hurt themselves too often.
Great offense. I mean, they're first in the league in turnovers
committed.
And we just, that was kind of the challenge that we put on them tonight. But that, that is part of their game. You can tell that they move around a lot because our guys were exhausted having to move around and rotate. Yeah. Even we tried, somehow they had a guy get open on the perimeter. That's how they get their game done. So
exactly. Like so that's what I was looking for. I was looking to see how the Pistons are going to defend that 3-point line because the Celtics do not know how to take 2-point shots. They just don't. You mentioned to me last game, boss. Sam Hauser took 21 3-pointers alone by himself. So it's really feast or famine for them, right? If they're tough, if they can knock down threes, but if they're not, they struggle. So that's what the Celtics have done to us every game this year is just try to kill us from behind the line. It's worked once. It hasn't worked 3 times. So kudos to the Pistons, man. And that's exactly what Coach Bickerstaff highlighted before the game was the focus for this team.
When we do our defense properly, teams take the shots that we want them to take. If they're going to take a bunch of, bounce, step back threes, like we'll live with that. We'll contest and we'll live with it. What we aim to do is try to take away as many of the just catch and shoot threes that they create because of penetration and then rotations and those things. So that's where our defense is kind of built. And so we don't have to, stretch ourselves and do something different if we're executing our defense properly.
There you go. There you go. So I thought the team, the focus was for sure on defending that 3-point line as best as possible, as far as not allowing them to get a lot of swing threes off of rotations and things like that from breakdowns. I thought for the most part, they did a pretty good job. The problem in the first half for me that I saw was that they just struggled to finish possessions defensively. Like you see them get a stop, but you saw a lot of their guards like Derek White and those guys crashing the glass and getting offensive rebounds. And that's really what allowed them to get those second chance threes because now your defense is scrambled and now you're trying to rotate. So they did do much better in the second half, though, boss, for sure.
Yeah, I think the same thing with the rebounds. They were like +9 coming into the second half rebounds on us, and it was mostly their guards. And they even the announcers had mentioned like when our guards were crashing, it tended to lead to like a loose ball foul or something. Like we weren't just boards as we usually do. They were just making it tough on us. But like you said, we did rebound from that, and we ended up finishing with 1 more total rebound than them this game.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh wait, that's wrong.
What was it?
Rebound.
1 more total rebound, you said?
Defensive. I was looking at the wrong stat. They had overall, let me look real quick. They had 41 rebounds overall, or 45, and we had 41. Okay. But we out-rebound them defensively, and they out-rebounded us offensively. So. Got you.
By the way, Doug, earlier, I can't find the comment now, but Doug, and we'll get to the poll in a second, but Doug said tonight was the Dunk and Unk AARP special. I thought that was hilarious because the vets definitely stepped up tonight. Doug, shout out to you, man. That's a great comment. I definitely agree. You mentioned it, boss. I want to give the Celtics credit, man. Yeah. Clifton mentioned it. They don't have Tatum back yet, right? They don't have him back yet. So Tatum along with this team could be tough, right? We saw how, as much as I can't stand Jaylen Brown, I'm not a Jaylen Brown fan. He has so many shots just kind of dance on the rim for about 5 seconds before they fell in. But he's a good player. He's a good player, man. You got to give him credit. He made some big shots for them late, and he showed that he can be a number 1 on a contending team. So when they get a guy like Tatum back, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. So we got to make sure that we are ready for that. And they move the ball well, man. They take advantage of, I've noticed too, like early this game, we were really trying to defend that 3-point line. Sometimes closing out a little bit too hard just to make sure they didn't get shots off. And they took advantage of that by just moving the ball. They know how to move the ball off of those closeouts very well. And we all know you can't move faster than the basketball. So as well as you rotate, it's hard to catch up to the ball and they're good at finding the opening and finding the open man, and they space well. They're a good team, man. They're a good team. So I want to give them credit too, because they, like we mentioned, they take care of the basketball. So you have to really try to find ways to get your offense going if you can by creating turnovers. And I thought we did a pretty good job of that despite them taking care of the basketball the way they do.
Despite us saying that, and that's what we noticed, they finished with 13 assists total.
And we had 12, I think?
Cade had 14 total.
Alone. Oh, really? We had more? Okay.
We had 24 total.
How many did we have?
24.
Wow. And then we had 13. That's impressive.
So Cade out-assisted them. Again, this is just how Cade shows up when he's not his best or total. And we did see, his wrist is probably not 100%. And then we saw him fall on that hip, which I think is why he was on the court for a little bit too. Again, just sucks when he goes through that we have to play him for 40 minutes. But, he wants to be out there. He wants to be out there and he wants to get this win with us. So it's just funny that we noticed that. But like you said, they just moved the ball well. But I think what we did tonight was force turnovers. Like we had 8 total and they had 14, which is a lot for them. That's over their season average. So, and 8 for us is way below our season average. So,
right. That's a great point. Yeah. We'll get to this in a second, Clifton. 100%, man. Just that's how you find ways to impact games, right? That's what you're supposed to do. Right. So we'll get to Kate in a second. Before we get to some box scores, let's take a look at this poll and see how this turned out. I'm surprised. Okay, so who do you think got the belt? Who do you think the chat thinks should get the belt, boss? I'll ask you.
Well, gosh, I mean, for me, it's between, I would hope you guys say Tobias and then maybe Dunk, but Dunk already has it. So I think he would give it back to Tobias. Is that who people are saying?
You will be correct.
Okay.
And it's not even close. Tobias Harris is at 83%, boss. Wow.
We all saw it. They could not stop it.
No, they couldn't. Duncan is at 7%, Kate is at 7%, and JD is at 3%. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure that's going to hold. We'll leave it up for a little bit longer just to see, but I'm pretty sure that's going to hold for sure.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Anything else on that?
No, I mean, I have a question for you about Tobias, but we can wait till we get to him.
Want to save it? Okay. Bet it up. All right, guys, let's go ahead and move it along to some box scores and break this game down a little bit more. And we are going to start with our second-time All-Star, which we'll get to a little bit later, Cade Cunningham, guys. Tonight, Cade had 16 points. He did not shoot it well. He struggled tonight shooting the ball. 4 for 17 overall, 0 4 from 3, 8 for 10 from the free throw line. So he did make it up a little bit at the free throw line. 3 boards, 14 assists to 0 turnovers. 1 steal and 2 blocks for 3 stocks. And a game-high 40 minutes, boss. So take off on Cade Cunningham.
I mean, again, it was a little bit frustrating that he wasn't getting his shot. But I'm glad that he was getting the foul calls because he didn't get hit quite a bit. That was kind of my concern because we knew coming into this that Jaylen Brown would get to the line. Yeah. It's what he does, and he does it well. So I'm glad that our guy was also able to get there. The 14 assists is just ridiculous. 1 steal and 2 blocks also is just nuts. And no turnovers. Are you kidding? Like, again, I'll go back to Scalabrine having to bring it up 6 times that Jaylen Brown is the best 2-way player. This Jaylen Brown had 2 assists and 4 turnovers. Okay, so you're a good shooter, and sometimes a guy can't get around you. I mean, he might take credit tonight. He did challenge himself to guard Cade, and Cade couldn't get a shot off. Fair. I'll give him that, I guess. But yeah, I think it's just more Cade just not feeling 100% yet. Because some of the shots were a little bit what was he from 3? 0-4 from
0 for 4. Yeah.
That's where he kind of looks his worst. He got his nice fadeaways. Contributed to the line. Yeah. I mean, I can't even get over just 14 assists and
0 turnovers, man.
That is
against a good defense.
Yeah. And some plays I wrote down for him was he had that steal on Keita under the rim in the second. To the Duncan 3. Yes. And then he chased down that loose ball that Dunk dove for. Dunk sacrificed his body for, flipped it up, which it's kind of a no-win situation. If you flip it too close, it's like a guy right there. If you flip it too far, it could lead to a breakaway for the other team. But he just trusted that someone would go in and get it. And that looked like a Caleb Williams touchdown pass. Like, let's just see
right.
He got there, for him.
Hail Mary pass for sure.
But anyways, he chased that down, got it back to Dunk for a nice 3. And then he had that insane lob to JD again, like kind of over everybody. We were like, where is he going with this? And again, just to throw up a couple of those lobs and to finish the game with no turnovers is so impressive. Yeah. So I mean, again, the shooting wasn't great in terms of making his baskets, but everything else was phenomenal.
By the way, boss, we're getting some feedback on if we should do the live reactions to games. Devin is saying that would be cool. Mark Royal said great idea. And finally says, I'd rather have that. So, and Cindy says live stream. Charles would love that. So it looks like there's our answer, boss. Y'all know you request and we deliver. So we're going to try that.
Talk about it.
Oh yeah, we're still going to do the post game after too. It's going to be a long night for us, boss, but that's what they're asking for, right? So we got to give it to them. Yeah. So we will definitely get out a shot and see. Hopefully, we can give you a better broadcast than Brian Scalabrine. All right, so let's get to my initial thoughts here on this game, boss. As far as my breakdown for Cade. You hit on a lot of stuff I was going to get to, man. He struggled shooting the ball, right? It seems like that wrist is still bothering him for sure, whether it's the sleeve or whether it's just discomfort. I give him credit for playing through it. A lot of guys we see around the league, when they're not 100%, 110%, they don't play, right? But you see, he just wants to play. He loves to play, and he wants to win, and he knows he can help us win. He had two first half points. He just really couldn't get it going. You could see the Celtics had a real focus on just trying to make everybody else beat us or beat them. Make everybody else beat them, right? Cade was not going to be the one to really get off as far as scoring. But I thought like you said, he did everything else. He did everything else in this game, man. His effort was tremendous in this game. He was still impactful on both sides, whether he was assisting and taking care of the basketball or whether it was his defense. Like the block on Walsh that they had to get overturned from being a foul, which was crazy. You mentioned chasing down the loose balls. Great individual defense, moving his feet. Right, he's gotten much, but it was a few plays he was guarding Jaylen Brown. It wasn't just Brown playing good defense on Cade. Cade was playing good defense on Jaylen Brown too. He was moving his feet, physical, but not too physical to draw a foul. Like he was playing really good defense, and I don't think he gets enough credit for that, man. So and despite him shooting terribly, they still had an 8-point lead at halftime. That is very encouraging. That is very encouraging, man. When the offense isn't always there, you know that the team is gonna still lock in defensively, not drop their head, and just keep playing. That was huge for me. He missed a lot of middies that he usually makes, a lot of mid-range shots that he usually knocks down. He just couldn't get the fall. But once again, it's not always going to be pretty, and he continued to keep playing and find ways to impact the game. That was the biggest thing that I saw from Cade tonight, man. That's huge because you can always control your effort, always, and he always brings the effort. So shout out to him, man, for that for sure, boss. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, just exactly what you said, because I just think he's been feeling a little bit off these last few games. He had a terrible shooting night, got a little better, and then another bad one. But again, he was being defended well by Jaylen Brown, who was basically, that's just, Jaylen Brown was locked in on him. But like you said, just some things missed, and the risk maybe not being 100%, and then also falling down and getting that hip injury and having to just navigate that and still have to come back in the game. He did phenomenal. I mean, 14 assists and 0 turnovers that's just nuts.
Yeah, it is. Michael says, boss might need to be Blaha tonight. Hopefully Deuce's illness is it's not painful. It's just, I got this crazy drainage. Like I don't know if it's just a time of year or what, but I got my tissue right here. Look, I got my tissue right here. I got my tea right here. So if my glasses start fogging up, y'all know why. But y'all know I'm gonna go miss it, man. If I can be here and talk, I'm gonna be here with y'all. Let's go ahead, boss.
If Ron Holland can have a sickness and play the way he played tonight, Deuce can power through too.
You know what I'm saying? So hopefully I can deliver at close to the level that Ron did. Ron make it hard because Ron always bring it, right? Yeah. But hopefully I can come close to that level that Ron usually brings on a nightly basis. Did you see this is funny. Did you see the jump ball with Cade and Jaylen Brown when Cade grabbed his arm?
Oh,
and jumped up. You know what's funny about that? Cade actually, I don't know, I won't say he learned it, but he took a page out of Bam Adebayo's book. For you guys who remember, do you remember a couple years ago when we played, I think it was a couple years ago, either that or last year, we played the Miami Heat, and it was toward the end of the game. It was a jump ball between Bam Adebayo and Cade Cunningham. And Bam Adebayo has a history of doing that. And before the jump ball, Cade literally said, right, Deuce flu game, right? Cade literally said to the official before he threw the ball, he said, he's going to grab my arm. Watch it. He's going to grab my arm. I made a whole post about it, right? Throw the ball up. He grabs Cade's arm, brings him down. They don't call it anything.
Yeah.
Nothing. Right after Cade and Bam laughs. He's like grinned like, yeah, I got away with it. But it was crazy. Yeah, but he was laughing. Thank you, D. He was laughing at him. Like, that's when I was like, come on, bro, what's going on? But it's funny because Cade was like, okay, let me see if I can do it. And he did it. They didn't call it. So karma came back. It worked out. I just thought that was funny that he actually went to that and they didn't call it.
I know. The
That was
announcers
hilarious
called
to
it
me.
out too. But I mean, Jaylen Brown, he's a smart player with that too. I mean, that's why he grabbed Isaiah Stewart to get Isaiah Stewart a tech.
He grabbed his arm.
He grabbed Isaiah Stewart to get the reaction.
Yes.
Jaylen Brown's going to take the tech too because he's less likely to get another tech. He hasn't been studying up and seeing that Stu has kept his cool.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was wild. But
Crazy,
so
right?
he's a very mental player as well, and so he can't be too mad at Cade pulling a trick out like that. Also, because Cade was also trying to do that to. My favorite trick from Cade is when he's bringing the ball up the court and he knows the defender's behind him, and he'll make sure he either stays in front of the defender so the defender doesn't get in front of him, or to like draw a foul when he goes into a shot. That's kind of Cade's trick in the game, and I'll take that over a flailing, kicking leg.
I will too.
Yeah,
just learn the tricks of the trade. Yeah,
exactly.
For sure. That's all I got on Cade, man. I thought once again, this is 2 of the last 3 games now, I think, where he hasn't shot the ball well at all.
And this
but he still was one of the most impactful players in the game.
This isn't the end of the Cade talk because we're going to talk about his All-Star bid later.
For sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
For this game, that was good for Cade.
Shout out to him for that, man. I love it. All right. We'll leave it there, guys, on Cade, and we will move on now to Duncan Robinson, boss. Tonight, Duncan Robinson finished with 15 points on 5 for 13 shooting overall, 5 for 11 for 3, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, and a block. 1 steal and a block, 2 stocks for Duncan Robinson. Wow. It's the second straight game he's had a block, which is impressive for him. In 32 minutes, boss, take off.
I also want to say that Duncan Robinson only had 2 fouls and he had no turnovers. This is the guy that was targeted by the Celtics. This is the guy that they wanted, Jaylen Brown to switch on because they thought they could target him. And that's why he was so hyped when he forced a Jaylen Brown turnover.
Right.
Jaylen was just out down there yelling. I hate it. I hate when they just start yelling and just keep yelling and then they don't hear a whistle, so they stop. But he dribbled off his foot. I was actually kind of surprised that he took 11 threes. It felt like less.
Yeah.
It felt like he was more like a little bit more efficient tonight, but 5 threes, like he's been on a heater lately. Like I think he's either 19 of 29 or 20 of 30 in the last.
Yeah, he was 17 of 27 at some point. And he had a few more. Yeah, you're right.
Yes. I think right after the half they said that. So that's incredible. And against a team like the Celtics, that's what we need. That's when we need him to step up.
Right.
So I appreciate that so much from him. Yeah. In the second quarter, he got pushed down. I forgot who it was by. Pritchard maybe got pushed down. Or maybe Derek White. It was a no call. So then he went and he saved the ball to Cade and then banked a 3.
Yeah.
Like he was just fired up. Forced the Brown turnover after the switch. And then his block was also on Jaylen Brown in the 4th.
Yep.
So he just was like, fine, if you're gonna switch on me, I'm still gonna do it. So to me, he just really again answered the call tonight as our primary 3 guy who we need to shoot well when we're facing a team that is a perimeter shooting team.
Right.
Really kept us in it. So that I appreciate from him. And he would be, if he didn't already have the belt, because Tobias gave it to him, and I'm sure he's giving it back to Tobias tonight.
Playing hot potato with it. Love it.
He would be a huge, he would be obviously a candidate. So
a lot of candidates.
Yes.
A lot of candidates. We'll get to those for sure. Yeah, I thought Duncan played great, man. I thought he played great. And this is a few games in a row now. I feel like I'm saying this is probably, I think this is the most consistent stretch of games where I'm like, yeah, Duncan played really well.
Yes.
Right. Not as much hot and cold as like it was earlier. He's really just leveled out, water kind of meeting its level, and he's really just playing consistent basketball. He shot the ball well, but what I liked about him tonight too is that he did a good job putting the ball on the floor and being the creator, man.
Yeah. Right.
Just putting the ball on the floor, getting 2 feet in the paint, and making the defense choose. You're gonna give me the floater. You're gonna give the lob. And he had a nice lob for JD for an and 1 finish. Nice pass, on time, on target. And with his effort, man, his play in the second quarter where he had that, you mentioned it, the chase down outlet pass that was headed out of bounds, just threw it over his head, just to give his guys a chance. Right? And the thing I like too is that Cade went and got that ball. He went and chased it down. And the beauty in that is that once Duncan realized that we still had the ball, he immediately relocated.
Yep.
He didn't stand there. He immediately ran to the corner. And Cade knew he was there the whole time. Duncan's coming this way. Cade is looking this way. He knows he's over there. He just wait for him to get there. As soon as he gets there, There you go.
Yeah.
That was beautiful. Great effort from both of those guys. For Cade to pursue the basketball and to find him, and for Duncan to catch it, save it, and then relocate, and then knock down the 3-ball.
Yeah,
That's just great effort. Yeah, great hustle, right? It's just great hustle. Those are the plays that win you games. Right?
Well,
those are the momentum shifting plays that can win you games. Take off, boss.
And the way that they play, the Boston Celtics play perimeter offense, they do not have that perimeter defense. Duncan was open for most of these threes.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's
like
true.
you know what you can use as a weapon, and you just assume other teams can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing. I see a lot of you guys talking about trades and stuff. Probably won't have time to get to that tonight, but another shooter, a reliable behind the arc shooter, could do damage. Especially this is a team that we see because they can do that on offense, but we can defend that on defense. They can't. They weren't able to. Tobias
that's kind of surprising because they have like perimeter defenders, Derek Whites and.
Why are they falling asleep?
Why
is Duncan wide open in the corner multiple times? Why is Tobias Harris open in the corner multiple times? Even Ron was able to get up a 3. And I know that that's more just like, we'll just let him do his thing. But he can also hit them.
He can. So, his rattled out. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. So that would just be another, that would be a weakness I would put on the Celtics for if they meet us again in the postseason.
Yeah.
Defend the perimeter just as much as you utilize the perimeter on your end.
100%, man. I love what I saw from Duncan, man. We saw in the second half, they tried to make an adjustment by trying to hunt out Duncan. They just kept trying to get that switch on Jaylen Brown. Mm-hmm. And I don't think it was glaring. I thought Duncan did about as good as he could, and anybody could on Jaylen Brown, when he's getting the whistle the way he is at times. We saw the Pistons early. They tried to help out. They tried to hedge. They tried to help out on him because I think the last couple of times when we played them, when they did that, Duncan wasn't able to play defensively as well as he did tonight. It seems like he's kind of improved a little bit from the last time we've seen him.
It's fired up. He's fired up. He's had the passion the last few games. He got a tech again tonight. I think this is 2 games in a row. He's gotten a technical foul because it's something about, and just like how JB had talked about last year, how he didn't realize that there was like a limit on techs. I think when you come to Detroit, you realize that they don't get the benefit of the doubt like other teams.
Right.
Cade is
I agree.
Star, obviously, but he's not getting start treatment. He's not getting Luka treatment. He's not getting Giannis treatment. Like he's not getting these treatments. And yes, tonight he got to the line, thank God, because that's what gave him his offense, his scoring at least. But I think we can all see it that it's just not. It's not easy. It's not a given. It's not a given that our guys are just going to get the benefit of the doubt. In fact, it's kind of a couple games now, I've been shocked by us getting the benefit of the doubt. Sometimes I'm like, wow, they actually let us have that. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. And like, I think that the last thing that I'll say about Duncan, boss, I thought he did a good job rebounding.
Yes.
As far as just boxing out.
Yeah,
he had little guys like Pritchard on him. It's like, you're just taller. One of them, he boxed him out and just kind of put his hand out there and just grabbed the rebound and brought it in. Right. Yes. So just he did a little bit of everything tonight too.
Kind of the things
he played some great team ball.
Yeah. Kind of the things that we've talked about how Sass might be a disadvantage is kind of like Pritchard. Because Pritchard, obviously, guys, is a good player. He was 6th man of the year. Like he can shoot it. But then you see guys back him down on defense. You see guys rebound over him. That's the plus minus, I think, that we also consider with guys like Sass being on the floor.
Mm-hmm. This is interesting. Camille says we needed to make a trade. This 3-point performance is really hurting us. We went 6 for 24, excluding Duncan. That's interesting. Once again, we're going to get to some things later that we think can help remedy that. I think a lot of you guys are already saying it.
Yeah.
And I think this is part of it too. We have to have a conversation about our offense when Cade is on the bench. So we will get to that as well.
And we'll talk about it. But I do just want to say the Celtics went 13 for 41. They also didn't have a good 3-point shooting.
That's what I was saying. Like, it's feast or famine.
Right.
If they're on, they're tough. If they're not, it's tough for them. And we get these kind of performances.
And I think our defense did a really good job of kind of letting Brown get his shots and making sure nobody else got hot. I think we did a really good job with that. And that was a big thing. So
Eisenberg, go ahead.
Good point, because I do think that we do need a more reliable shooter. I think that there's guys out there that we don't need to trade the team away for. I'll give my opinions later when we talk about it. But I do think that it's becoming more apparent that we need that. But I also think that some of those guys we have on our team, then they weren't played tonight. So
yeah, for sure. For sure. Heisenberg, I agree, bro. Yeah, I love how Cade rewarded Duncan for that crazy save. That's how that's a great point guard, though. Like just keeping guys engaged. That kind of thing, when he gets an open three after that effort, not that he's not going to give effort, but he's going to want to give it even more, knowing he's going to be rewarded when he makes that kind of a play. Yeah. It'd have been disheartening for him had he made that save, Cade wouldn't got it, Duncan flies to the corner, and he doesn't get the pass wide open. That's disheartening. Yeah. You know what I mean? So to Heisenberg's point, that's a true point guard, man. Just knowing the situation, knowing your personnel, knowing mentally how these guys, how to press their buttons and what makes them click. And for Duncan, that's a big thing. So I want to give him a lot of credit. Again, Heisenberg, you were dead on with that comment for sure. So that's all I got, boss, on Dunk. You got anything else?
Nope.
Okay. All right, guys, we will go ahead and keep it moving. And now we will move along to Ausar Tasmanian, backbone of the defense, Thompson, boss. Tonight he had 7 points on 3 for 6 shooting overall, 1 for 1 from the free throw line, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 turnover, 4 steals, and 1 block for 5 stocks in 28 minutes. What did you see from Tasmanian Thompson tonight, boss?
I loved it. And but the box score might be like, okay, 7 points or whatever, but like he came out confident. And again, I reiterate this fact. When Ausar comes out and just he gets hot right away, either end, it's going to be a good Ausar game. Yep. He had 3 steals in the first, 2 steals in like the first 2 to 3 minutes. Yeah, 2 minutes. Nuts. I mean, he did have a turnover too, or I don't think it was a turnover. It was a near rebound, and then they knocked it away. So I don't know if they counted that as a change of possession or not. But
I think they did, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, I think so.
But that means that was his only turnover of the game, which again has been kind of a thing with him bringing the ball up. It's been kind of an issue. So great job taking care of the ball too in that sense. My favorite play from him tonight was blocking Pritchard on the perimeter. That was nice because that's how you again shut down the confidence of a team that shoots perimeters. Because then they're always going to be like, "Can I make this over?" Then Pritchard's going to be like, "Do I need to adjust my shot?"
Exactly.
To get it over this time. So that was huge. And then he had a great find to Dunk in the corner for a 3 on transition. Like Cade got it up to Ausar, and Ausar immediately got it to Dunk. I really appreciate that from him. I think his decision making was top notch tonight. I think it was just an overall great game from Ausar. And he would have been, I mean, he had a quieter second half. He only played 27 minutes. He played mostly in the first half, I think. Quieter second half, but he was my player of the game going into the second half.
Not mad at that. Joe says we got almost 250 in the chat, man. We appreciate y'all, man. Hit that like button, man, for sure. We appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. We are going to keep this thing going. Boss, as far as what I saw, man, I know I gave him the nickname Tasmanian Thompson. I felt like he was exactly that, especially in the first half, in a good way. Sometimes it's a little mixed bag, chaos all over the floor, but tonight it was definitely more good than bad. To quote once again, Sinners, oh, he picked poor Robin clean. He picked poor Robin clean. He had a couple strips. He picked who was this? Whose pocket did he pick? It was a few guys. I can't remember exactly who, but he had some nice steals quickly. Like you mentioned, I think he had 3 in the first 5 minutes. I think they did count that third one. He
grabbed one out of the air.
Yeah, right.
He had some picks, like you said, and then he also was just getting in passing lanes. So
yeah. He had a nice that block on Pritchard, man, for that leak out dunk. You may have mentioned that already, but that was a huge play. Yeah. That's how you create offense off your defense. That's literally what he is good at, right? Yeah. Especially against a team who usually doesn't turn the ball over like that carelessly. When you can kind of manufacture that kind of stuff, and everybody can't do that. Like he's just a freak athlete, man. So when he's able to make plays like that, we know Pritchard isn't a big guy, right? He's a short player, but he can get a shot off quick and he's got range. So if you don't get out to him, he can still make you pay. For Ausar to be able to get out there and for JD to have the alertness to be able to get the overhead pass to him too. Got to give JD credit for that, right? But that's just a big play, man. That's great stuff from Ausar Thompson. And those are the kind of plays, once again, that can shift the momentum of a game, man. So I thought overall Ausar was really good. He was a little bit out of control at times. We talked about it before. He's better as a finisher than he is a creator, putting the ball on the floor. Sometimes he struggles, but I like the aggression. I like the aggression. And it is more controlled. Even though he's not always finishing there, he had a few that just kind of just rattled, hung in the rim for a second and just wouldn't fall. Like nice spin move and just couldn't get it to fall. But I do like the aggression. Like and when he catches the ball, boss, even though he's not stretching the floor, he's not hesitating when he catches the basketball. He's catching it and going. He's either catching it and moving or catching it and just diving to the hoop. just aggressive instead of just catching it and giving the defense a chance to set. And he wasn't doing that. It was all aggression. So I thought that was really good too. And lastly, his activity on the boards, man. Yeah. On both sides of the basketball, he was attacking that basketball. He did a great job of finishing possessions. He was one of the few early that was going and just getting the basketball, finishing the possession. And on the offensive glass, he had to have at least 4 or 5 tap outs to keep the ball alive. Him and Stu were all over the glass, just tapping the ball out, just playing big in the paint, and using that athleticism, using that bounce, that vertical that he had, just to get up there and keep plays alive. He did a really good job of that. I thought he did a really good job of that. I know I said lastly already, but I have one more thing. The last thing, because he did a lot of good stuff, man. Right. His ball pressure on the inbound. I love his ball pressure. After Piston score, his ball pressure, he's right up on the ball. That's one thing, like, it reminds me of Ben Wallace. Ben Wallace used to always do that. After a Piston score, you see him run down, turn around real quick. For those who've seen Above the Rim, Dwayne Martin, when he scored, turn around real quick and get the steal. That's kind of what Asar does. Like, he is always on the ball after a Piston score, just making it a little bit tougher for them offensively. Even if you're shaving off a second or two, right, that still helps your defense to get set up. They can't take the ball out of hoop and try to run down on, like, those kind of things that he does are very little things, but over the course of the game, you may get a steal or two out of that. You may get another possession out of that. So I thought he was just good all around, man. I have no complaints. I know he didn't play a lot, didn't score a ton, but the intangible play that he had tonight, I thought was really, really important for the Pistons tonight, for sure.
Absolutely. And I have nothing more. I just want to get to a couple super chats. This one from Doug. Boss, do you think the game is ref like the playoffs? No, I don't.
You don't think so?
No, I think that in the playoffs, you get to play out the last 5 minutes. I think the announcers seemed like the refs are trying to keep it under control, which frustrated me because, again, like, the tech on Stu was Jaylen Brown's fault. Like, okay, I guess we can keep. So I think that they were consistent enough until the last 5 minutes, and it was kind of just both ways. Like, well, why are we calling this now? Why is this happening now? So I think in the playoffs, they typically will call things earlier and then stop calling stuff. Yeah. So but I think, but Doug, in terms of playoffs, I do think that they did let them play more physically than they might have. But I mean, they were over 53 free throw attempts. So that's just what I know from free throws. Yeah. So I don't know how many without free throws, but there were a good amount of fouls called this game, despite them still playing physical. So I think less overall in the playoffs still. Yeah.
I think, like, for the duration, I felt like it wasn't too bad, but like you mentioned, toward the end of the game, bro, get out the way, bro. Yeah. Like, I don't want to even know you're on the court at the end of the game unless it's just obvious. Right. But if you're officiated a certain way throughout the whole game and they keep playing that way and now you start calling fouls, that's not fair to either team. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, I'm with you there for sure. I think it's a good question.
This other one too, belt to uncle, though Duncan should be considered. I think the only reason Duncan's not considered is because he has the belt. So
he already has it. He can't give it to himself.
Unless he had, like, standing game, the team was like, nah, Dunk, you got to keep it.
Yeah. That would be cool though, low key.
They could. I still think Tobias.
Nice change of pace. No, for tonight, I agree. I just think it'd be cool if at one point a guy played well, like, both games, and it's just like, no, go ahead, keep that, bro. Hold on to that for a few more days. That'd be kind of cool.
I feel like when a guy has done that, I forgot when it was, but it's when they give it to coach. So it's kind of like, well, I had a good game and everyone else did, but I'm going to give it to coach tonight. That's just what I see. But,
I'm not mad at that. Let's get to some comments, man. We're trying to get as many as we can. Y'all know the drill, man. If we miss y'all, repost it, caps lock, super chat, whatever y'all want to do to get your comment on here. We're going to do the best we can. I want to get my boy Juan up here. Says, Dunk was lethal tonight. I hate K took the bait and tried to play superhero ball versus JB. I noticed that too, down the stretch. He was just trying to be the first team. I get it. He just couldn't find a shot, man.
I didn't like that last 3 that he took.
Yeah. It wasn't his night. Used that gravity to set the table for guys. Ivy, Dunk, and Toby Bald bailed us out. Culture win. Culture Detroit in the building. You know what it is, bro. I got you covered, man. Shout out to you, bro. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. He just couldn't get nothing to fall, man. But once again, I'm not going to get on K tonight when he had 14 assists and 0 turnovers. And the defense he gave too, man. Like, ooh. This was a gutsy win. Go ahead, boss.
He might not play on Wednesday. Wednesday is our away game against the Pels.
The Pels, right.
see him. I would love to see him against Trey Murphy. That guy's going to give us problems. Derek Queen's going to give us problems.
I'm watching that game. Tuned into that game. I have to go live for that game, low key.
I know, but I can see. We'll be too excited. We can't show our fandom for the Pels either. It'll be like, oh. But so he might not play because he just hurt his hip, his wrist thing too. So maybe that's it. But again, he's still doing this stuff. You could tell that when he got back from the locker room, he was like ready to come back out. Like he wants to interview. But I also agree with that earlier too, is like that last three that was like in the last minute, a minute and a half. I didn't love that from him because I'm like, if they're not falling, like if that fell, that would have been crazy amazing.
Right.
But it didn't fall, and that's what got them back within 1 point. So
I agree.
Like, okay, but again, can't be too harsh on him because he made it up in other ways.
Yeah, but I feel you, Juan. I feel you. Like, yeah, he kind of got caught up a little bit. Like, oh, he's showing up. Okay, let me show for my team. Like, I get it. I'm not mad at it. Let's get a few more comments, guys. I'm trying to get you in. High Tech Dialect says, I think way too many people undervalue locker room chemistry. See Knicks, New York for DT. Yeah, man, they are in shambles right now, bro. I'm nothing on them right now. It's quiet.
See Clippers, see Kings.
The Clippers are hooping right now, though.
Yeah, but because of bad team chemistry in the beginning, they didn't.
Early in the season? Okay.
I don't know if Chris Paul was the problem, but stuff like that,
It seemed like, I mean, it's like since then they've been really balling, right? Ever since then? Okay. I got you.
As much as I want to be like on Chris's side, it's hard to be. So, I mean, but
I don't even know, bro.
Yeah, we don't know. Like, but yeah, so see some of these bad chemistry things. The Bucks right now are going through it a little bit too.
Yeah.
So
they going through it. They fans too, low key.
Right. Oh, yeah. Giannis. so I agree with that completely.
Cope approach, low key is a Sixers fan showing up and showing Detroit Pistons love. What's going on, Cope approach? For sure. Yeah, five stocks is legit, man. Like Asar
that was a start.
He does so many things, man. Like once the offense comes around, he's really gonna be good for this team. I do like he didn't take a bunch of free throws.
Yeah,
he made his only free throw. I'm cool with that.
Proud of him.
For sure.
His decision making was on point. And I will just say real quick to Sixers fan Cope approach. I saw VJ Edgecombe's dunk tonight.
I didn't see it. I got to check that out later.
And then he laid down and he just waved to the camera.
Okay. I'm gonna check it out in highlights for sure.
Yeah.
Red P, I feel you, bro. By the way, I always say favorite profile pic. Every time I see it, I just start laughing. I don't even care what you say, bro. Just that picture just gets me every time, bro.
He's got that 50 Cent hate for the Celtics.
That's how I'm looking. That's how I feel right now. The way 50 looking at that picture is how I feel right now. Right now, I cannot stand the Celtics, man. I love getting the chance to beat them anytime we get to. And to do it on national TV, number 1 team versus number 2 team, down the stretch, at home, and we get a dub right after the Knicks get blown out. It don't get no better than that, man. No. It don't get no better than that.
Yeah, someone asked in here. They said Knicks, did the Knicks win? Asking for a friend. I think you know the answer. That was fun. That was fun.
Popped, man.
I mean, that's another one that I'm not sure the locker room is feeling it.
That's what they were saying. High Tech, yeah. I agree.
As fun. I haven't seen a Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart podcast clip in a
while. But also coaching too, man. I think coaching is a big deal. We talk about how the difference between Kenny Atkinson and JB, right, with the Cleveland. Look at the difference between Tibbs and Mike Brown. There's a lot of things going on over the Knicks with the Knicks that Mike Brown is allowing that Tibbs wouldn't. I don't think you will be seeing Cat rolling around on the floor for 10 seconds out of the frame.
Yeah.
With Tibbs as a coach. I just don't think you would see that. Right. So coaching too is a big part of chemistry as far as holding guys accountable. And then you got to have players on your team who want to be held accountable.
Yes.
Right. A player's coach is not always a good thing, especially if those players are lazy and don't want to be held accountable. Mm-hmm. Of course, they're going to like a coach who's laid back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
coming into the season, I remember I think I was on Pistons Jack chat, like live chat. And they were like, what are your hot takes? And I hot take for the season with that we would be better for the Knicks because I think with a coaching change, they're going to go through some adjustment.
Yeah.
And I was right. So I wasn't right at first, but I'm right now. It's hitting now. It's 100%. Hitting now when they need to lock in. It's like we talk about with peaks. Did they already hit their peak?
Mm-hmm.
They should be in trade talks more than we are in the media.
That's a great point. Honestly. I totally agree.
They need someone more than we need someone.
I would venture to say we have the best chemistry in the league.
Oh my God, yeah.
I mean, you could argue Thunder because they won.
They do
But
have a
after
good
that,
squad.
it's like
Nuggets have a great squad too. Spurs are kicking off.
Spurs, yeah.
Top 5 for sure. But I
You
mean,
don't
our
see guys on our
are
bench slamming
and
water bottles down because they're not getting enough scoring from their teammates and stuff like that. KD, we just got great team chemistry, man. I love this team as is. If we don't make a move, I wouldn't be upset. I'm not saying we shouldn't, but I wouldn't be mad because once again, you get to see what you can do, how far this team can go as is, and then you can see what you need. Right? We haven't seen this team go through a playoff run yet.
For me, we do have the trade exception, and there's some players listed that Najee Marshall, Royce O'Neal,
Najee's nice.
DiVincenzo. These are guys that we can bring on for very cheap that can help us finish the season, and then we readjust because there is the risk that we do, lose chemistry, whether that's who we add on or who we take away.
Yeah,
that comes with our chemistry. So that's kind of where I'm at. Is like a small, impactful move for now.
Okay, I'm not mad at that. We'll revisit that later.
I'm at or none or everything
or none. Right. We talked about, like Cato says, Trey Murphy is Brandon Ingram with a 3-ball and more athletic, but we'll leave that there. All right, let's go ahead and move on, boss. We talked about Asar. Great game from Asar Thompson, man. Don't want to overlook that. Don't want to get lost with that because I thought he played a really good game despite not having a ton of points. Just great impact overall in this game. All right, let's keep it moving, guys, and let's go to who you guys think and who I think and who boss thinks should get the belt tonight. Uncle T, man. Tobias Harris. Toby in the building. Finished tonight, guys, with 25 points. That is a team high. 25 points on 11 for 20 shooting overall. 3 for 8 from 3. 3 boards, 1 assist, 1 turnover, and a block for Uncle T. Okay, get up there in 35 minutes. Take off. What did you see tonight from Uncle T, man? What didn't you see tonight from Uncle T?
I know, 1 turnover also. I mean, my biggest note for him is Boston can't stop him.
Yes.
They could not stop him. It actually shocked me that they just never picked up on maybe doubling him when he's starting to back down.
Right.
It's like, let's just see what happens. Wild to me because he was making every single one of them. I mean, 11 from 20 is fantastic. And 8 of those were threes, which means that he was, 8 of 11 from 2 points?
Right. Midi game. Incredible.
Yeah. And he had the first 5 points of the game. Again, they always run it through him. Just so good. I wrote so good at backing down, but this is before he popped out. This is in the second. He had that stutter step basket to maintain the 5-point lead. That was when our spacing was off. That was like one weird thing in the first. I was like, our offensive spacing is a mess right now, but he got it done. And my question to you, which you can answer when you go into your notes, is were you surprised as someone who has critiqued Tobias' defensive ability? Were you surprised that in the final moments he was assigned to Jaylen Brown?
Yes.
Okay.
I was. I'll let you finish, but you want me to go into it now? I can get into it now unless you want me to wait.
I'll just say he took not only the final moments of that, but he took on Jaylen Brown a lot in this game.
Yeah.
I noticed him on Jaylen Brown a lot. And again, to only have 2 fouls and stuff. But because I would say I was surprised too, but I also wasn't. I think he was just in his element. He was feeling himself. Something about him matching up with Jaylen Brown, JB Bickerstaff understood it. I think he did a great job of staying in front of him. But yeah, I was curious because I was like, I wonder how Deuce feels about this. So.
Listen, I was impressed. I was impressed because one thing I was a little bit concerned with was just his lateral speed, being able to stay in front. But he got up for that matchup, man. I was like, especially in the last possession, when you have a chance to sub and get your defensive guys in there, I'm like, where's Javonte Green?
Right.
That's who I was looking for to come in the game, right? To end the game, because he's not quite as tall as Tobias, but he's more nimble. He's more quick on his feet. And he's probably just as strong, if not close to he's strong enough for JB to guard JB for sure, right?
Wider than Brown. He's a very wide guy.
He's wide, right? He's hard to get around. So that's who I wanted to see. I was a little bit concerned, like, like I don't know about this one, but he played good. He played as well as you could in those last few possessions, especially the last possession without fouling, hand up right there in his face. I was very impressed with his defense on those last few plays, along with what he gave us offensively, man. I can't even really be mad at him. And like he was great. He was great. He did it on both ends. But here's what I'll say about Tobias.
Mm-hmm.
I think one reason why he was good off. I know we got some fast break buckets, right? We would go 14 points off turnovers, I think. But I thought he was big tonight, and we talked about this before, boss. Style of play is important, right? The Pistons love to get out and run. You guys know that's their bread and butter. That's what I've said. I want to see them do more than anything. That's what they said they want to do more than anything. When you got a team like the Celtics who like to at times try to slow you down, right? You definitely need somebody to, when you're taking the ball out of the hoop offensively, when you got to play in the half court, you got to have a guy like Tobias Harris.
Exactly.
Because he's the best half court scorer on this team. Period.
Agreed.
Right? So that was why he was so important, because we saw when the game slowed down, he was able to over and over and over again routinely get to his spot, punish small defenders, and even guys who weren't smaller than him. Just be able to just rise up, spin out of the post, and just get his shot up. And he was flowing. So I think that's why he played so well, is because the style of play suited his style of play. I said it before, like we saw it again tonight. On the break, if there's any resistance at the rim, he's going to struggle defending. We saw it again tonight. He had one fast break play where he caught the ball. He just couldn't get any lift. He just couldn't get off the ground.
Running. I mean, they were going fast. Even I was like, this is kind of our sloppy transition. Like that's when I'm like, where's Ron? Ron should be throwing that to the basket. That's not a Tobias thing. But like you said, yeah, exactly. Like the style of play, the half court. And I think that you said it perfect. Like he was just in a flow tonight. He was backing down Pritchard. He was backing down Kata. He was backing down anyone. And he knew he could turn around and get it. And that's why it just boggles my mind, because it's like I can't believe that there was no one behind him to stop that fadeaway turnaround jumper. That's how he made his score. 8 of 11. Were those. So that was impressive, man. I don't think they expected him to get off the way he did. I really don't, because at some point you thought they would have sent a double, because it's not we have a ton of 3-point shooters. They just refused to double, and he just kept making a pay over and over again. So I just think the style of play in this game against a team who normally takes care of the basketball, who forces you at times to have to play in the half court, especially in the playoffs, that's going to happen at times too, right? When teams make adjustments, they figure out ways to not get turned over, they make adjustments, and the game slows down. It's good to have a guy like Tobias here. You can just dump the ball down to, find a mismatch, get him to a spot, and in the mid-range, he's money, man. He's very consistent, and he's probably the only guy on our team who can do that consistently. It kind of gives me like Corliss Williamson vibes. When Corliss was here, you could dump the ball down to him and he'll just go get you a bucket. That's a lot of what we're seeing from Corliss Williamson. Wasn't a freak athlete. He wasn't jumping out of the gym. He just knew how to use his body. He had great footwork. He knew how to get to a spot and put the ball in the hoop. And that's a lot of what Tobias Harris is doing for us right now. So I give him a lot of credit. Man, for sure. Big Nasty, Will, you know what it is. Big Nasty, man, for sure. 6th man of the year. Big Nasty, by the way. Keep that in mind. But yeah, Tobias was great, man. Absolutely incredible. Go ahead, Ty. Go ahead, boss. Yeah, I mean, I have nothing more to say about him. More so that I was going to compare him to like how we always talk about Javonte Green's consistency on defense. Tobias has been our consistent scorer. I mean, he's a consistent, for me, 14-point player a game.
Agreed. Isn't he at 13 this year?
I think, we talked about it. He's averaging 13.4 because we were guessing.
You said 12.9, being all detailed.
But so when he can pop off on nights like tonight, when Cade is, this is all we ask of our team. This is the whole point of like having other scores, like to help Cade when he's not doing well. And then like we saw tonight, like Jaylen Brown, Pritchard ended up getting 17 points, but that was the second most. Like Jaylen Brown was popping off, but no one else was contributing.
Right.
Well, Cade wasn't getting his baskets, but he was contributing, and then he could rely on multiple guys, Doug, Tobias, to contribute. So
yeah, I agree. Let's get to this super chat from Guru0509. It says Pistons fan in New York City since 2001. OG. They sat here and gonna hate me. They sat here and gonna hate me tomorrow at work. No moves until after the playoffs. Let them cook. Detroit basketball. Yeah, Guru, I agree. That's kind of where I'm at. Like, if we don't make any moves, I'm not mad.
No.
First of all, because we're doing what Trajan Langdon said he was going to do, right? Which is give these guys time. But second of all, I kind of want to just see what we can do with this team.
Right.
I feel like they kind of earned that. First in the East by a mile, off of great chemistry, star power, and Cade, and a lot of really good players on this team that are interchangeable and that all play hard and for each other. You never know what could happen to your chemistry when you bring it. You may think it may look one way, but when it gets here, some guys just may not click the way you thought they would. And that could affect their on-court play. So I'm kind of just like, I wouldn't be mad if we left it alone right now.
It's like we've lost 10 games. 10 by close margin. We've had one blowout. Yeah. Again, this is what I'm talking about. Like the Knicks, the media should be pushing the Knicks making a trade, the Cavs making a trade. These are guys that they had number 1 and 2 who are falling short. They should be the ones that should be the first ones to make any kind of moves.
Yep. I agree. If it ain't broke, right? Heisenberg says, Corliss is a good comp for Tobias. Tobias used to even wear his number during his first tour with us. Wow. Great point there. Rodney says, that's the big nasty 2.0. Great reference from Flint. Shout out to Flint, man, for the Flintstones in the building. I love it. Kevin says, I was impressed that he realized we needed it on his night. And when Kate wasn't rolling, took the words out of my mouth. Big boss, top shotter. Yeah, for sure. That's the vet mentality. Like he has those instincts. He's been here before. He knows the flow of the game. He knows what's needed. He's just a good, reliable player to have on your basketball team.
And he wasn't going to let Boston take it away. Like Tobias is passionate. You've seen the memes. You've seen the pictures. Like he's angry. He's out there chewing his mouth guard like Steph Curry. Did you
right.
that Onion article the other day? It was like Steph Curry finally finishes eating his mouth guard.
That was funny. That was funny. I saw that too.
Yeah.
Hen says, Deuce, you and Boston on the playoffs is different from the regular season. Right. And that's what we're saying. As far as the game slowing down at times, they're still going to try to get to what they want to do best as much as they can. Right. We've heard them say that over and over again. They got athletes, they got personnel to do it. But you're not always going to be able to. And in those games you're not able to, are you still going to find ways to win? And that's when Tobias Harris comes up big.
This game is exactly halfway. This was 41
games.
Games.
Yeah, you're right.
So it's exactly halfway. It's probably why we're seeing a shorter lineup. Seeing some things. I saw someone in the comments too. I would like a small move. I mean, same. For me, it's just more like if we make a move, I'd rather it be small.
Right.
Rush Trajan. I'm a little nervous about some chatter going around about one guy I really don't.
Real quick, somebody said if Tobias is doing this every night, I don't want MPJ. And I concur. I concur. I ain't gonna lie.
It's just
ain't gonna lie, man.
Guys, just look up who we can get for less. Look up again, Najee Marshall, Royce O'Neal, Bobby Portis. These are guys that we can get for nearly nothing. Like basically our TPE money and a pick.
Yeah.
That's
trade
what I would
player exception.
$14
million trade player exception, right?
I'd rather do than trade away some young guys and some other picks for a big move that may or may not work. So
yeah. Interesting point here. I'm with you on not making a hasty move, realizing that there's also a danger in not making a move. Just ask the 15-2 Lions. Yeah. So like I agree. I see both sides of it. I think if any signs were showing that something was wrong, then you look at it. But as of right now, there is nothing pointing to there being any issues whatsoever with this team.
Yeah, I'm
on the court, off the court.
Some of these guys in here, like, a small move would make sense. And
I'm with y'all.
Especially, I think Trajan has proven that he can do that too. Bring in Schroeder as a small move in a moment of adjustment. Oh, it's something we can do. So
yeah, for sure. For sure. Royal says there are legitimate arguments for trading or not trading. I tend to lean towards a trade because I want to see Cade's life made easier. I get it. I just want to see how they look with this roster. So that way they know come playoff time going into next year, they know exactly what they need to do. If you make a move now, you never know how far this team as currently constructed could have gone. It's just hard. So that's why I'm just like, because the window doesn't end this year. There's still years after this season. It's not like this is a make or break year for us. We're not a flash in the pan team, right?
And a couple contracts are up this year. I think LeVert has a 1-year buyout. Tobias's contract is up. I think
Duncan has a 1-year option after this year for a 3-year deal.
Yeah, so there's some things that we might just be like, well, let's just wait for the offseason anyways, because we have more assets to give for a bigger move too.
Right.
We'll see.
Right. Real quick. 313 says Bobby Portis, man, y'all ain't trying. Bro, he won a championship with Giannis. What you talking about, bro? He just won one in 2021 with Giannis as a big key contributor. I'm just saying, bro.
We talked about it a little bit, like maybe with the stew, it might be congested, but imagine Bobby Portis and Paul Reed out there. Scary times.
That'd be nice, low
Twin
key.
Towers.
Yeah, that'd be nice, low key. You never know, so we'll see. We'll see.
Both of them can block a ball.
Pistons got options, man. That's the point. But we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. But once again, getting back to Tobias Harris again, great game on both sides of the basketball. Man, when he's fresh like he is tonight, you can see the time off really boded very well for him. Just having those games off and that time to rest, get his body healthy. When he's spry and fresh like this, he's a weapon for sure.
I saw a comment earlier, just real quick, mention that they think that Tobias does do well. I think I put you guys up, but I can't find it now. It was a while ago. That he does do well with some rest. So again, finding another player that could maybe fill his roles and get Tobias less minutes would be helpful. I'm not saying that like tonight he's off a rest, so he could play longer. But we do have the depth that where we don't need Tobias for as long if that's what helps him.
Yeah, for sure. Good point. All right, guys, we'll leave this there. And we will move on now to our unofficial second All-Star on this team, our young star 22-year-old center, Jalen Duren. And by the way, I want to give a shout out to Mike Terry, who is Jalen Duren's trainer and development coach. Shout out to him. His birthday was today. Mike, if you're watching, happy birthday to you, bro. That's my dog. He always,
What a good day for the Pistons.
Good day, man, all around. So I gotta send Mike a happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to my dog Mike Terry. If you're watching, bro. All right, let's get to JD, boss. Tonight, JD finished with 18 points on 8 for 12 shooting overall, 2 of 5 from the free throw line. Got to get that up. I need to see at very least 3 for 5. I know it's in you, bro. 4 for 5 is usually what I expect from him, but 2 of 5, not a good free throw shooting night, but that's okay. 9 boards, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 1 steal in 30 minutes, boss. What did you see from Big JD tonight?
Yeah, 8 of 12 is fantastic. But like you said, the free throws close to the 20 and 10. I think he can average soon.
You said that.
8 and 9. 5 fouls. A couple of them came late. Those were kind of the fouls that are just like, why are you calling these now?
Right.
Yeah, overall, great game from Duren. I mean, in the second, he had that really nice off balance reverse layup. They tried to pull the chair. Just made it work. I was very proud of him. But he had that nice crossover basket to start the third. Then just an insane dunk, from the K lob. And then he dunked it again off of the Stu miss. I love seeing him and Stu out there.
You see that? I hope he never changes, man.
Him and BJ.
I hope he never changes.
They need, because both of those were great reactions. The wave to the camera on the ground, and then doing the craziness there. So no complaints about JD other than just making the free throws, but he always just makes up for it in other ways.
Yeah. That's just me being nitpicky. Per you, it's good. I want to see these guys get to their ceiling for sure.
Oh,
Tom,
about JD.
What up, though? What's going on, Tom? The Pistons won again. Yeah, man. What a game, bro. That was a great game. Let me know what you saw, Tom, from this game tonight for sure.
Yes.
So for me, boss, I felt like watching this game. JD kind of told the NBA, my dog Kate is an all-star, but don't forget about me. Don't forget about your boy. You know what I mean? I want to go to LA too. That's kind of how I felt watching JD, man. He was great on both sides. Both sides, man. Contesting at the rim, just being a presence in the paint. He's gotten so much better as a defender, man. Defending without fouling.
He should be the announcer said, sorry to interrupt, but that he should be considered for most improved from the leap that he's made.
Yeah. Like it's for where he was from the start of last year when he called himself out for playing soft to where he is now is a totally different player. But once again, that's why you don't give up on your young stars. He's 22. He was 21 last year when people were saying to trade him. And I was like, y'all your minds. Like, y'all have lost your minds. Please go find it. Like,
Can you imagine if we got Jackson Hayes for him? The man who looks stoned every time he's on the court and doesn't ever try to get better.
That's what we said. Imagine him in on a slam cover with different any other colors than red, white, and blue. Imagine that. You'd be sick. So that's why you don't have a knee-jerk react. That's why we're not GMs. That's why Trajan Landon wanted to give these guys time under a coach who can help them develop, which is what JD said. JB is the first coach to one-on-one get with him and develop him, right? All these things are important.
Yeah.
So that's why you don't make a move like that. But JD was great. And offensively, man, he was great offensively too, man. Just great screener, great screening, diving hard to the rim and getting rewarded with those lobs, with those pitch perfect passes from Cade. Cade is a quarterback out there, man. Because he puts it to where you can grab it, but to where you can extend to. It's not right here. He puts it here so you can go get a highlight from it.
sometimes I'm like, where is this going? It's happened a few times. And Duncan did it. I think the one that comes to the mind was Duncan, I think, or maybe Danis when he threw it, and I was just like,
Danis? This game?
No, a couple games.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
When they throw it up, and I'm like, who's there? I can't see him.
Yeah,
and then they're flying.
Yeah, yeah, that was great, man. Cade is gotten so. But once again, the chemistry. Cade knows how high JD can get off the floor. He knows exactly where to put it to where it's not too far out of his reach, but to still put it at a place to where he can get a highlight dunk and he can go extend and go throw it down. Right, like he makes the game fun for his teammates. Does Cade Cunningham? He knows that's why we'll get to it. We'll get to it later. That's why Cade is one of the best players in the league. Tom says, appreciate it. Go back. Appreciate it. Man, this game was so fun to watch, not just as a Pistons fan, but as a fan. Yeah, high quality basketball, Tom. High quality basketball. I was telling myself, even if we don't win, as long as we play to our style and we play hard and we don't beat ourselves, I'm okay.
Yeah.
This is the number 2 team in the East. I'm okay. But for us to get a dub, like Tom says, it's just high quality basketball, man. And lastly on JD, Celtics bigs cannot mess with him. Keita and Garza, them guys cannot, like most bigs in the league can't. They can't deal with him, man.
It's like Ayton with the Lakers. Like, if it's against the right opponent, Ayton's an asset. And that's how I feel about Keita. If it's against the right opponent, Keita's an asset.
Yeah. But Keita and Garza, man, they're not strong enough, not athletic enough.
Nope.
They can't keep him off the boards. They just can't. He's a load, man. So unless you have that unique combination of strength and athleticism, it's gonna be a long night for you. And that's what it was tonight. Garza's not strong enough. He's not athletic enough. Keita is not big, and he's not like. And JD just made him pay over and over. They were grabbing him. Jaylen Brown pushes him out of the way, and as JD is falling down, he kind of like catches Brown on his beard, and Brown starts reaching for his eye.
Oh, he barely touched him. I noticed that. I was like,
why are you reaching for your eye, bro? You didn't.
I know you love LeBron, but LeBron loves to do the, oh no, he hit me.
As he's gotten, I know. As he's gotten older, my king has done that for sure. I can't even, my brother just sent me a whole highlight reel of LeBron doing. I'm like, yeah, as he's gotten older, he has definitely done that. I can't even defend it. Bro. I can't.
Let's call it out in these because I just don't, there's a couple guys like that. Who did it the other day? Was it Advia against us or Şengün?
He's always doing it, bro.
Well, exactly. And
everybody.
It's what they revert to. That's why I appreciate our style of ball because we still try. Yeah, Cade can play hero ball, but he's not trying to draw a foul. He's trying to get a basket. So sometimes when you're close, you just try to get the easy calls.
Yeah,
that was wild.
Divine, you saw that, bro? Like he pushed JD out of the way, trying to get the rebound. JD's like falling over it inadvertently, like his arm flails and hits JB in the beard, and JB's reaching for his eyes. And like he's bent over like this. Like, bro, if you don't stop, bro, that was so annoying, bro. On top of every free throw he took, dancing on the rim for like 10 seconds before it fell in. Jaylen Brown was annoying tonight. Tom says Jaylen didn't leave his head prints in the is he still using that, bro, or no?
I don't know. I was looking at it. I was like, I mean, it looks a little darker, but hopefully he got professional dye that dries.
You got somebody drawing his hairline on, man.
In Turkey on the off season.
Oh my God, bro!
I'm just here with my buddies and promoting NBA, and then he's come back with a full head of hair.
Terrible, man. You got that old school Dennis Schroeder boy going on in real life way back here somewhere.
To each your own, but you play a game where you sweat, man. You play a game where you sweat. There's no don't be spraying shit.
His hairline looked like an upside down Nike sign, and I'm gonna leave it at that. All right, y'all. Let's go on to the next. Let's keep it moving, man. But that's all I got on JD, man. I thought JD was really good. Really good. He played like an all-star again. You know, he's really engaged. He's locked in. And once again, we're winning games. So it just shows him he knows now, but he's seeing when he plays this way, Pistons are hard to beat. Yeah. They're hard to beat because he's just such a load, man. So shout out to him. He better be in that all-star game along with Cade. Coach is gonna be there probably as well, as long as we keep the lead in the East.
He'll be there.
The three of them in the for All-Star weekend is gonna be fun to watch.
Yes.
It's gonna be fun to watch, man. So shout out to Jalen Duren, man. Great game again. All right, boss. Let's move it along and let's get to some reserves. Let's see who we should start with first. Let's go with Karis LeVert. That's first on my list. All right, guys, we'll start with Karis LeVert, man. Tonight, and I know the chat about to go crazy, but I know. Karis LeVert tonight, guys, finished with 2 points on 1 for 6 shooting, 4 from 3, 3 boards, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 1 steal, boss, in 17 minutes. What did you see tonight from Karis LeVert, boss?
I'm the first to defend LeVert and say, you know, when things aren't going well, he's still a good defender. I'd say he was an okay defender tonight. He didn't do anything necessarily wrong. I mean, he did have
nice pickpocket.
Yeah. Terrible 3 attempts, and then he totally threw the ball over the back of the backboard. Like, wasn't even a little bit deflected.
Yeah.
I wanted to see Danius Jenkins in the second half after LeVert first half, because look, last game in the post conference, we had talked about how some guys got less minutes, like B-Ball Paul, like Ivy, like Jenkins, and Eric Vincent. He asked the Clutch Points reporter. He asked JB, how do you pick who's in the lineup? And JB said, and he had a very straightforward answer. He's like, whoever's playing best. That doesn't translate tonight. Karis LeVert should have been replaced. And if Jenkins had a really bad game, which I truly doubt he would have, if he had a really bad game, then it's like, okay, who's playing better? But to me, that makes me be like, but coach, like, if that's the reason, then that wasn't apparent tonight. I don't think LeVert had any business being on that court in the second half. That's where I stand with it. I think it was a bad game from him. He made a couple good plays, but like I've said in previous stuff, you guys know I support him. Like, he usually equals it out. Tonight it was very heavily poor plays.
I agree. Let's get to the super chat real quick, and then we'll get back to it. DMG coming in says, in my opinion, when you have a genuine chance to win a championship and yet you have glaring shooting and second option issues, you have to make a move, in my opinion. We can never be too emotionally connected. I think that's fair. I think the question is, what move is that? What is that move? Right? Go ahead.
I was just going to say, for me, it's more like, I think that there's one person right now that I would sell high for. That's Trey Murphy. I won't keep it a secret. Otherwise, I think that, yes, if we make a move, there's better people that we don't need to sell high for. I don't think we should go after MPJ. I don't think we should go after Markkanen. I think that they would take a lot of our guys, a lot of our picks, a lot of our assets. But I think there's plenty of smaller trades we can make to make that happen as well. That's where I see it. And Deuce and I talked about this, 15, 20 minutes ago too. DMG, if you didn't notice, we talked a little bit about pro and con. So there's kind of, split. I'd be okay with none, but I also see the need for one, but I don't see a need for a large one.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
Once again, man, like, Trajan Langdon is building something for the long haul, guys. Like, if you remember the Pistons runs from when they were the last time they were contending and successful, which was a long time ago. So I understand if you don't remember, but every time they've had runs, championship runs, not championship years where it's just one season, right? They've had runs. He built it over the long haul. 6 Eastern Conference finals in a row. Not saying it's going to happen this time, but Trajan Langdon is a San Antonio Spurs disciple, right? He learned from Greg Popovich when he was the GM how to build out a team that can be competitive for a long time. It's exactly what he's doing right now.
Right.
So that's why I'm not too concerned about this year. Yeah, if you can go get it, fine. But are you going to mortgage your future in doing so? What if you go get a guy now, you mortgage your future, and then next year it doesn't work out, and now you don't have the depth that you had this year?
Yeah.
Then what?
Yeah.
Right? We're still on an upper trajectory. I know guys are out right now, and you may want to try to go get it done. Now, I trust Trajan Langdon even when Hallie comes back, even when Tatum comes back. I trust he's still going to make us a team that can still come out of the East.
We still made
not
a run
just this year
in the league last year.
So that's what I'm saying. I have that much confidence in him to put together a championship roster, regardless of who else is out there. Denver needs to trade up away Jamal Murray for the Pistons for Isaac Jones. Come on, man. That's hilarious.
Watson. We can get Peyton Watson on this team.
Peyton Watson's nice.
Over Peyton.
Yeah. But that's our take, DMG. I feel your concern. I'm just not in a rush because I like how this thing is being built. regardless. I think we have the best guard, the best player in the East. You could say Giannis. I think we have the best player in the East right now. Cade, you can argue Cade and Giannis, whatever. If you say Giannis, that's cool. But I just like what we have right now. And these guys are not done getting better. They're nowhere near their peak yet. Right? he's 22. Cade's 24. Like, these guys are very young. So once again, the internal growth is not going to stop after this year. You know what I'm saying? They're going to keep getting better. And I trust Trajan to continue to put guys around these guys to where it doesn't matter who's playing for this team, who's playing for that team. We're going to be good for a long time. So let's just see what this looks like next year. It's all about building blocks.
Yeah.
It's all about building blocks. Shea was drafted in 2019. He didn't win until last year. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen overnight for anybody. That's more so a football. In basketball, windows are bigger, and then you have more time you have more runway to get to where you're trying to get to. It's just how it works. So having lived through those years when they were doing it the right way and getting there, that's why I'm so cool with this, because it looks a lot like how that used to look. So I'm not tripping. So Boss, you'll trade. We're not doing that tonight. We're not doing that tonight.
I'm not. I was just bringing it up, and I'm just giving you eyes, and you can.
I'm not trading nobody right now. That's where I'm at.
Exactly. True.
I'm not trading nobody. Period. I'm still waiting for March, April for JI to become the guy we saw last year. I ain't touching that right now. If that's what it's gonna take, I'm straight.
And we have the TPE, and we have the TPE and the picks to get a decent guy without having to get rid of anyone that is a role player for our team and someone that we believe in and rely on.
Yeah. Devon says, my thing with the window is open narrative. The window just opened, so why should they put a screen on it right away? Let some airflow first, right? It's patience, man. You got to build it the right way. I'm gonna leave it there. Y'all know how I feel about it, man. Yeah. But that seems to be the idea as far as how they want to build this thing. So we'll leave it there. We got like
17 more days until deadline. We can make it.
Yeah, for sure.
I need teams to start making moves so everything can just.
Yeah, so we can focus on the rest of the year. For sure. All right, man. As far as what I saw from Karis LeVert, I'm with you, boss. I'm ready to see Dennis Jenkins get those minutes now.
Exactly.
I'm ready to see him get those minutes. I'm not saying Karis LeVert doesn't do some good things. It's just the consistency piece. We talked about it last show. The up and down, the up and down, the up and down. 313. I think it's a good question. No, I ain't mad. That's a good question, bro. I think your question was very good.
I was just acknowledging it but quickly.
Yeah, I got you. But yeah, it's just you need consistency in the playoffs. Like you need that consistent play to where it's just steady, to where it's not these highs and lows. Like you need to limit your mistakes as much as you can, right? Ethan says, boss, JB played the playoff rotation guys tonight. That's why Jenkins never came in without a major foul. I think that's a mistake. I think that's a mistake if that's the case.
100%.
And I say that for two reasons. I feel like when Karis comes in, he's looking too much for his own offense. And if his shot's not falling, he keeps shooting it. And that's when it hurts the team. He had back-to-back threes. He didn't make either one of them. And he just kept shooting. Right? And then secondly, boss, he comes in with Jaden Ivey. I don't like that rotation. Because when you do that, you have no pure point guard in the game. So the likelihood of you turn the ball over goes up. And just that combination, when those two are in the game together, I don't feel like Karis does anything to help Jaden get to his spots to where he can attack and be successful. I feel like Karis is just looking too much for his own offense. And then if it's not there, he'll look for somebody else. But I don't feel like he's looking initially to get guys like Jaden Ivey off. And that's why I want to see guys like Dennis Jenkins play with Jaden Ivey, because I feel like he's initially, as soon as he comes into the game, trying to get his guys going. And then if that's not there, then he's looking for his own offense.
So that's, for me, I think Karis is a great ball handler. He takes care of the ball well. It's when he passes. That's when he turns balls over. And that's why he feels the need, I think, to create his own offense, because he's giving it up poorly. He has 3 assists tonight, but he also has how many turnovers? He only had 1. Okay. But that was the bad one. That was a cross-court one where they just picked it out of the air. But in the last game, it was just passing lane. So Karis has his strengths. I'm not discounting his defense. He does stay in front of he stays in front of the defender very well. He ball handles very well. I think he takes care of the ball very well, except when it's time to give it up. That's where his turnovers happen. And so I think that's why he looks for a shot. But if his shots aren't going down, he hasn't proven himself as a reliable second or third option to get the ball off ball. And then he's forced to, give up the ball, and that's when most of his turnovers happen, or he just takes his own shot and it's off. And for me, it just mostly upset me today. Like, if his first three was even a little bit close, then go ahead and take that second one that came out to you. But they were both way too long. That's just like, it's just sometimes a little bit of the decision making when he's clearly the one that JB puts in to be the main ball handler when Cade's off the court. His decision making needs to be better. And that's why, and again, I think that Jenkins is already there. I mean, I wouldn't even be mad at Jenkins and LeVert. We've seen that before too. But it should just be Jenkins for LeVert at this point.
That's where I'm at. And to your point, like you feel like when he turns the ball over is when he's making passes. That's because he's not looking to make the pass first.
Right.
He's looking to get his own shot. And then when he gets caught, we've seen a lot of times he gets caught 2 feet in the paint and he's turning and looking because his defense, his guy is there in front of him and nobody came to double. So now he's like, I want guys who are looking to set the table, especially when you got a Jaden Ivey on the court. That's a weapon if you utilize him properly. But if you got a guy in Karras who's looking to get his own offense and Jaden's just standing around.
Yeah.
And if you pass it to him late the shot clock, now you got to try to make something out of his own. But you got a Dana Jenkins who's looking to make you better, who's looking to set you up before he's looking for his own shot.
Yeah.
And then if it's not there, he can still go and get his own. So it's the reverse. Karras and Danis are the reverse to me.
Agreed.
Danis is looking to get you involved first and score second. Karras is looking to get himself going first and then pass second. And when you got a guy like Jaden Ivey on the court with you, you need to have what Danis Jenkins brings you.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that's why I want to see more Danis Jenkins for sure, just to help get Jaden off, to help get his offense going.
Right. And that's also too, like, just to your point with Danis, like, he's so far ahead in his game that he understands that if he can get a couple baskets in the paint, then the defenses are going to start to collapse on him, that he can immediately drive and always be able to pass it out because he's going to be double or triple team. And we've seen that in his game multiple times. So I just really appreciate that. And then with Michael too, Karras barely shoots. I saw you were saying he didn't even shoot in the second half. Yeah, but he's not, he made 3 assists and a turnover. He's not, the last game and this game, they're not adding up. And then when he barely shoots, they're not going in. So it's like, what? And Jenkins has a nice balance where he can shoot it. And I feel like he's like 50% shooter at this rate, maybe even higher. And then, or he sets up the right passes and it's not a hesitation. It's not a stutter. It's in the flow. Whatever the flow is, he can play at both paces.
Right. Right. So I don't know. That's just what I want to see. I feel like, I won't say it's doing him a disservice, but I feel like Jaden really isn't being put in position to be at his best.
He didn't get because
they got him playing. Yeah, I just don't feel like those two really mesh well together. I think whenever Cade is off the court, Danis needs to be on the court.
And again, with Michael, it's JB. He's playing Karras for defense. I agree. He's playing it for defense.
He does play solid defense.
But Danis has also proven to be a great defender as well.
Exactly.
So that's where I'm at. It's just more like Danis is kind of the overall package. And I'm not saying LeVert has come in clutch in multiple times. He's made up for turnovers with steals usually. Like, he still is a great defender. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Caris LeVert is not a good defender. He is. But for what we needed tonight, which I think was kind of a spark behind the 3 line that wasn't Tobias or Duncan, and then also just getting the ball to the right person and making, taking advantage of our offensive possessions, I think I would have picked Danis. Yep. I would have picked Danis. And LeVert had his shot, so that's why I wanted Danis to get in there in the second half.
Yeah, right. Just based on what Coach was saying. Yeah, I feel you on that for sure. So we'll leave it there, man. But yeah, I really do hope that we do get a chance to see more Danis Jenkins, man, because whenever he plays, it's a positive. He's a positive on the court. Yeah. I don't feel like I'm frustrated watching him. He just seems to always, more times than not, make the right play, regardless of what that is.
Yeah.
And then defensively, too, he's a dog. He's shown he can do a lot of those same things. You can't teach. Karras is taller. I think the only way I would go with Karras is if they have a huge lineup off their bench. That's the only way. If you just want more size, okay, fine. But aside from that, I need my point guard play at all times.
Yeah.
Whether it's Cade, whether it's Danis, I need a point guard on the court just to keep things flowing and be that floor general. Especially for the off guards that we have that are reliant on that point guard play, So we'll leave it there. Let's see. Let's keep it moving, boss. Let's go ahead and move on to J.I. We just talked about him, right? Let's go to Jaden Ivey. So tonight, guys, Jaden Ivey finished with 7 points on 2 of 3 overall, 2 of 3 from 3, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 turnovers, 2 blocks in 17 minutes as well. So Karis and J.I. both played 17 minutes tonight. What did you see tonight from J.I., boss?
Well, people are going to complain about his stat line, but 7 points on 2 of 3. We just talked about it. He wasn't getting the opportunities for his basket. He wasn't the one bringing the ball up the court. He had 2 assists, and then he also just wasn't getting the ball to shoot those shots because he was in a rhythm. I think that he was pulled a little early when he was in rhythm.
He was flowing. I don't know why he got pulled. He gets pulled a lot when he's flowing. Maybe is it just me, Chat? I feel like when he starts playing well, he just kind of gets pulled. Go ahead.
After he fell, he is looking a little bit still sore. He is looking a little bit still.
I agree.
Something.
Trying to get a feel. Yep.
So I don't know if coach is just trying to be wary because they want him to, to be. We need him further. Like last year, we didn't have him when we needed him in the playoffs. Like they just want to make sure that he's good. But again, I still would have kept him in a little bit more. But he had a block from behind on White to end the first quarter. Yep. That really nice assist to Stu under the basket in the second. That was kind of a sloppy, broken up play, and he just got it to him. He had the first basket of the fourth, a 3 for us. That's when he was kind of on his roll. And then another block from like behind the side on Brown. Like he was just everywhere. And I just saw him today. I just really was excited to see him. Like during the announcements, he was smiling, he was happy, he was energized.
Did y'all see that, by the way? During the announcement, the warm-ups, he was smiling, looking at the camera, smiling. He was fine. He wasn't pouting like y'all was saying, whatever. Go ahead.
Yeah, so exactly. But I really liked what I did see from him tonight. And I wish he was just 17 minutes because he did play more in the first half, but he didn't get going to like the fourth. Like that's when he was hot. So again, maybe they were just like, because he did go down a couple times. He ended up on the floor. Like he had 2 turnovers and one of those was like a trip. Yeah. And they just like didn't.
He had one bad turnover where he tried to force it in to Stu.
One bad one. And then he had, but he also had one where he was like tripped and like stumbling.
Right.
And he didn't call a foul because they weren't calling stuff.
Yeah.
And then he did get that hard foul on Shireman that came up and just.
Yeah, he pushed him down. I didn't appreciate that at all.
Look, I can kind of understand to the point. Here's the thing: if defensive linemen can have control to avoid a quarterback for roughing the passer, then a defensive man should have control not to jump and tackle a person from behind.
I agree.
Side. Show me your athleticism.
I agree.
Hurt yourself more, honestly. I don't care. Don't hurt my player. But so yeah, and that just didn't look like he came down a little bit hard. And if it were me, I'd be a little bit scared to be hit from behind like that. After the last time I was tripped terribly from behind, I broke my leg. So it's probably just a little bit mentally there. I'm not trying to say that this is an excuse or anything. It's just what I would, putting myself in Ivy's shoes, that's how I would feel. But he was really popping off in the fourth. I think if he had more minutes, we would have gotten at least another 3 basket from him, honestly.
Yep.
Just wasn't getting open. I think all of the 3 shots were in the second half. So he just really didn't get the ball to shoot it up in the first.
And he wasn't really set up either. Like he had to make that happen on his makes.
Yes.
Right.
So overall, I thought it was great show out from Ivy, just in terms of energy and quickness, and definitely his defense. Those blocks, both of them from behind. He was just aware. He was presently aware to know how to make an impact when it wasn't necessarily the guy he was defending. So
I agree. Let's get to some of these comments, man. Let's look at it both ways. Let's see. AFBH1628 says, I love J.I., but he gets pulled because he gets lost on his defensive assignments because he gets caught ball watching a lot. I saw that once. I saw that one time. You're right. I didn't see it a lot, though. I saw one time he fell asleep. You were right. But if he gets pulled for one play, okay, all right. You pull him for one play, talk to him, put him back out there, okay. But to pull him, I don't know. I'll leave that there. But that did happen. James says it would be a huge mistake to trade Ivy this year. We can sign him for a dime. Jaden Ivey was definitely a game changer for us towards the end. He had 7 points in a row. Ethan says his 7 points were all in a row from down 3 to up 4. Then he got pulled after what was a poor decision to force into the paint. Right, that pass. Right. So this is the second game, though, where when he was in the game, he made a difference and we went up. We took the lead. Right. So MB Wilson, J.I. still hurt. It's obvious he's earned a lot of respect from this outcome. Right. For sure. So. Yeah. So look, not to compare too much, guys, but like I'm just looking at the box score. Karras played 17 and had 2 points. J.I. had 17 points in 17 minutes and had 7 points. Karras reversed 1 for 6. J.I. is 2 for 3. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just looking
efficiency.
That's what I'm looking at, the efficiency piece, and not having a proper point guard out there, despite that, to set you up to really get you those shots, and you're still playing pretty solid. So that's why I just imagine how much better he would be if he had Danis Jenkins on the court with him. You know what I mean? So
I wanted to see what, because both of them, they move well, and you can rely on both of them to, I mean, they both can, I mean, obviously Jenkins would bring it, like, be the main ball handler, but they both can get the job done and just rotate. Like, they're both threats. If Ivy's, again, once they, just like we talked about, if Jenkins can make a couple in the paint, then he's a threat, and he knows he can toss it out to Ivy. Same thing. Ivy dribbles to the paint. He knows that he's got Danis behind him. Like, they would play off of each other, and they have.
Exactly.
They have already, so.
That's all I just want to see them two in the court together, because we really have not seen that at all yet. So we'll see. Maybe we get it. Last thing with J.I. too, I want to see him sometimes, because the burst, he was getting by guys again tonight. A couple times, it seemed like he's still trying to figure out his burst, because like a few times on the perimeter, he would make a move and have the guy off balance, but he wouldn't go. I want him to just kind of go a little bit more. Like, bro, you can get by him. A few times he was dancing a little bit too much, right? So he's still figuring it out. But I'm not worried about the burst. He's going to be able to get by guys. He was able to get by guys again tonight. So
we've talked about peaks, and I'm okay with him not peaking right now. It's not needed.
Exactly.
And we saw it, and to see that, like someone mentioned, to see that he put up, 2 of 3 in a row. I mean, that's just a great sign. And maybe if we were in a bigger hole, he would have gone out there again. Who knows? But for now, I'm just liking what I'm seeing. I think he had a couple of down games in these past few games, even though it might not be super apparent. He's back on the uptick. So
right. Yeah. Just slow, steady. What? 3-1-3 Kurt with the Ivy love? Personally, I wouldn't have pulled Ivy that early. That's real, bro. That's real. We try to call it even, call it both ways. He has some mistakes tonight. He's gotta figure that out. Stop forcing passes in there. But once again, he's not a point guard. Like he's not a natural point. He can play it, but coming back.
I wouldn't have pulled him when they did. Like I think he should have had just 2 more minutes to try to get another 3 ball up. He was hitting tonight. He was hitting. So
right. So we'll leave it there, man. As long as you see that steady incline, I'm perfectly fine with it. Once again, I'm waiting until March, April, when it really matters to evaluate J.I. That's what I'm waiting on. The same way I waited with Asar off his blood clot when we didn't judge him as soon as he came back in January. Around this time of last year, when he first came back, we didn't judge him. We didn't say he's not. Maybe some did, but I wasn't saying, hey, man, he don't look the same. You've been off 8 months. We waited and saw how he got better. And he was peak Asar come March, come April.
Yeah.
So I'm giving Jaden Ivey that same time, that same grace, and we'll see how he looks then, right? Got to be fair across the board. So we'll leave it there. Ethan says, yep, we're starting to see Ivy coming back to his old self. Hopefully he continues attacking and gets that exposure for a step back. Exactly. So he can still go ahead.
And like he can totally be traded. Like if he gets people that advocate for his trade, J.I. will return to form. He has the passion. He has the drive. There's just no rush right now. Someone said that it's not needed, like it's a bad thing. No, it's just not needed in the sense that we have enough guys to carry the team right now. It's not needed for J.I. to go out there and kill himself over, an injury that could just be prolonged.
Right.
So I think people, you should be rather just cheering him on to retain him, because he will be a force in this league. And I hope it's
right. So we'll leave it there, man. We'll leave it there. We see how he looks as he continues to progress. All right, boss. Let's keep it moving. Let's move on to Dog Pound Jr. Ron Holland tonight, guys. Had 3 points on 1 of 4 shooting, all of 1 from 3. 1 of 1 from the free throw line, 4 boards, 1 assist, 1 steal in only 12 minutes tonight for Ryan, boss.
Yeah. Well, he was
sick. What were your thoughts tonight on Ryan?
I don't blame the 12 minutes, but he was a little sick. He was getting those fouls early too. And Jaylen Brown is just so smart, because I think they were pretty much all on Jaylen Brown. And it's just because he knows how to take advantage of a young guy. And Jaylen Brown's going to get the benefit of the doubt on those.
Right.
So when Brown came in, he immediately had that big end one.
Yeah.
Did you know? Because Scalabrini had to talk about the play before, but he did.
Of course.
He had a big end one. At the end of the third, at the buzzer, he had that steal on Anthony Simons.
Yeah.
just to keep momentum high. I just love just like Jaden Ivey's block at the end of the quarter, like that just starts the next quarter off on the right foot. I love it.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised he only had 4 rebounds because they were big man rebounds. This is like how I can be nitpicky with JD. If Ron Holland can go up there between Keita and Shireman and grab 2-hand big man rebound and hold on to the ball, anyone should, especially if you're a big guy. I mean, I'm not even going to direct it towards JD anymore. I'll direct it towards to Ayton.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair because JD been hooping. JD been hooping.
Miles Turner. We'll go with Miles Turner.
There we go. I like that one. I like that one
because Kitty Cat only got 1 against us. But
thanks.
Anyways, just the way he was just flying in and grabbing, like, I was like, yeah, that's how you rebound. But
he plays big, man.
So good. So I loved all of Ron's minutes. He was just a 4. I think only 1 of 4 on field goals, but not mad about it because he's out there for defense and he's out there for his energy. And again, he did only play 12 minutes. We usually see at least 17 to 20 from him. So I just hope he feels better because he's Ron against the young Pels, against Jeremiah Fears, Derek Queen, Trey Murphy. That's going to be fun. So I hope that he gets better quickly. Because I think it's a Ron game on Wednesday. I'm predicting that if Ron's feeling 100% better, it's a Ron game.
Okay. That's going to be fun to watch.
They're not going to
the wings. Battle of the wings.
He has more experience than Jared. Like he's the vet compared to Fears and Queen. Like it's going to be, I think, physical, and I think Ron wins out. So
okay. I'm not mad at that at all. That's going to be fun. Yeah, Lord of the Wings come Wednesday night for sure. Charles says, I agree with y'all should be on ESPN. Appreciate you, bro. For sure, man. Appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. Zion says, I love how we can have disagreements in discourse and chat and just laugh it off. Shout out chat. Yeah, shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. We keep it light. We have fun.
You never get too toxic. You guys will laugh at each other, but it's never like
y'all aren't toxic, bro. For real. Like this community is actually pretty dope, man. Like y'all actually keep it healthy. So we love that, man. That's how me and Boss try to be for the most part. We try to not go to each other's throats too much, right?
Yeah, you don't see after the show.
Right. Oh, yeah. Y'all should see this offline. Totally different situation. Fly on the wall for sure. Y'all be surprised. Anyway, as far as what I saw from Ron tonight, I had a lot of same comments as you did, Boss. I just like how he came into the game right away again. With last game, he had a tip dunk. Came into the game right away, tip dunk. Tonight, he came into the game and got an and 1. It's like he comes into the game routinely and just does something.
Yeah.
Every game he comes in and does something. He's still a little bit out of control sometimes on his drives, right? But once again, he's trying to push the pace. He's trying to get easy buckets. We mentioned the Celtics don't usually turn it over a lot, so he's trying to take advantage when they do. So I'm not mad at it. He gets a terrible whistle. He has to be one of the worst officiated players in the league, man. I don't know if refs just don't like him or what, but he does not get a fair whistle, man. Like,
no. Well,
he played Jaylen Brown about as well as you could play him.
Look at what Zion.
He's getting away with. He's like pushing off. You said what now?
Look at what Zion.
Zion says, by the way, Goebel was one of the. There you go. One of the rest tonight. Okay, so, Zion, good point. There we go. Enough said.
Trying to extend at the end. Goebel.
Enough said.
Yeah.
Enough said, man. Like, oh my God. Like, I feel for Ron. Like, he doesn't get any love, man.
Yeah.
It's so many times, like, he never gets the 50-50 call. Ever. Yeah. It's like if he'll have his hands down, be moving his feet, or he'll have his hands straight up, and you'll see guys lower their shoulder into him, and you see the ref.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a block, bro. Like, what are we doing? That's a no call at best.
He did draw that offensive. Did you see? It was after JB got a tech. I forgot
he did. Yeah.
Where he tripped, and he maybe flailed his upper body a little bit, but he did get tripped.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And they had to get on the refs just to get that call. Like, I hope Ron gets a better whistle at some point, bro, because he plays so hard, man. And it's not he's not handsy. Like, he's not reaching. He's for the most part playing defense with his feet. So it's just like, Mickey Mouse balls, bro. This is crazy. So he got to earn his keep, right? Second-year player. A lot of people don't know about him yet. We do. We know how good he is or how good he can be. He's not getting the whistle right now. So I hope he just continues to play through. Oh, I know Boss be cussing Deuce. Man, you don't know the half, bro. You don't know the quarter of it, bro. Oh, man, I ain't about to get into it now, but yeah, she be going in my head sometimes. But, we usually come together after about an hour and we start talking about hoops again. We forget about it. You know how it go. But it's definitely a thing for sure. Ariel says Ron's energy is unmatched. Yes, it is. Hopefully, some of his 3-ball comes back around. Yeah, he kind of slumping a little bit from three ball. Like they look good, it's just not falling right now. He started off looking improved, but it's been rough lately. Yeah, but you know what? He's gonna keep shooting because his confidence is never going to be an issue. So he's gonna be fine with his jumper. Yeah. One more thing, boss, on Ron that I saw. You can let me know what you thought. We talked about it before, but he's doing a much better job helping the helper. Helping the helper. If somebody does get by him, if he closes out too hard, for example, which he doesn't usually do, but it happened, I think, once tonight. I think Pritchard got into the lane. Stu came right over, right? And you know Stu's always going to be there to help. But we've seen many times in the past when Stu comes over to help, he contests and they get an offensive putback because they didn't rotate and help the helper. They didn't come back and help Stu. Tonight, as soon as Stu came over, when Ron got beat, Ron immediately went over to Stu's guy, which was Luka Garza. He boxed him out, grabbed the rebound, and pushed the break. He has gotten so much better. Early in the year, I would see Stu get frustrated with him because he wouldn't back him up. Stu would go up, and the shot would go up. Stu wouldn't be able to get to the block, and right behind Stu, would get the offensive putback because Ron was leaking out too soon.
Yeah,
Ron was leaking out instead of getting on the glass. Now Ron is boarding and pushing. So he's made a huge improvement in that area. I'm going to give him credit for that for sure.
Didn't he just talk about, I feel like I saw it maybe on Piston somewhere. He talked about how he's gotten better at rebounds because coach put it in showed him that he could. They watched film and they're like, look what you can do. And I'm sorry I don't have a source right now, but I know that they had that conversation recently. Like, Ron, you can go do this. And again, and tonight, like I'm saying, his rebounds looked a little bit more aggressive tonight.
Yep.
And he is the guy who comes in and on offense. You see him get the cleanups. You see him do that sometimes, but they just looked a little bit more. They were impactful tonight. The rebounds that he held on to, because he is a smaller guy in terms of when he has to go in against the big guys getting the rebounds. Like he has to get in there and hold on to the ball. And he great tonight.
I totally agree. Let's get a few comments here, Boston. We'll keep moving. Mausher says, not implying Asar will be bad, but I think Ron has a higher ceiling. I think right now Ron's a better two-way player on both sides consistently to where you know what you're going to get, right? I think there are games when Asar just goes wild and just shows what his ceiling is. But I think Ron is just more steady, more consistent as far as you know what you're going to get when he comes to the game. He seems to know his identity a little bit better for this team than Asar. And that's not to say Asar won't get there or, jump past him or whatever, but you know what you're going to get when Ron comes into the game, every game. So that's what I'll say about that. Great Tate Debate says Eastern Conference is possibly getting stronger than the Western Conference, especially with trade deadline looming. I still think the West is still the best. I still think the West is.
I can see the Knicks and the Cavs
best conference.
Yeah,
I think
we'll still try.
I think a lot of teams out west will come over here and be much better than the Knicks and the Cavs. They would easily push those teams down the standings compared to where they are right now. So I would still give it to the West for sure. 313 Kurt says Ron is a definition of go get your dog. Right. Go get your dog, bro. Go get your exactly 100%. I think Ron is 6'8". Yes. Yeah, man. And Robert says, I love listening to you guys. I don't say much. I've been watching the Pistons since I was a kid in the late 70s, and I love listening to you guys. Appreciate that, Rob. For sure, man. You were a real fan if you back in the 70s for sure. Yeah. So let us know your favorite 70s memories and 80s memories and all that stuff for sure. Appreciate having you here, man. For sure. All right, boss. Let's keep it moving on and jump to Javonte Green tonight, guys. Javonte Green finished with 3 points on 1 for 2 shooting. Both of his shots were threes, 1 for 2 overall. 1 board, 1 block, and only 7 minutes. So a few guys who we usually see getting more minutes, like Ron with 12, Javonte with 7, not getting as much tonight. What were your thoughts on Javonte Green tonight?
Yeah, he was also who I kind of was like, oh, they're going to bring him in for the last play. Because he, again, 7 minutes, 0 fouls again. But,
of course, hold on.
But I just he had a good 3. He was 1 for 2. Yeah. So both of his shots were threes. He missed his first one, got his second, got the rebound. He had great defense on Derek White at the rim. That was when Derek White made him turn it over and lose it because he just did not like Derek. They started on the perimeter and Javonte just did not let him have the shot.
And then, I saw that.
the corner three that he did make in the second was the one to take the lead.
Yep.
And then we built off of
money.
That. So
money
again,
from the corner.
Just beautiful, clutch, timely shots from Javonte Green. And it was kind of crazy that we only saw 7 minutes from him, but he'll also be fun on Wednesday because I'm sure he'll get more minutes too.
That's gonna be fun, man. Like watching him go against those guys over there.
That's Pels. He was on the Pels.
Yeah.
For a little bit. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, Javonte?
Yeah.
Was he?
You sent me the video.
He did.
You sent
me
so Trey Murphy, and then you were like, "Look who's
there's a picture. I don't have it with me now, but there's a picture that I found. Trey Murphy going up for a dunk, and on the bench you just see Javonte Green like this, like ready for. And low key, Trey Murphy is like he loves Javonte Green. Yeah, he's talked about when they were teammates. Like he always kept him motivated. He was a great teammate. He loves that dude. So Javonte Green is just a great connector, bro. Great connector. Great player for sure. Chris said, "Mr. Why didn't you use me as much this game, Coach?" Right. That's gonna be his thing. It's gonna end with Mr. and begin with Mr. and end with Coach and become a long phrase in there throughout. I like that one, Mr. Why didn't you use me as much, Coach? For sure. As we could have used him a little bit more to give us what we needed, but it's all good. The Bionic Base Player says, "I know Eric Vincent was happy with Derek White's stat line. What did he do tonight, bro? Let's see what he did tonight."
I think he was 1 of 8.
He finished with 1 for 11. 1 for 11. 0 for 6 from 3. We talk about Cade not shooting the ball well. Oh my God, this dude was building houses, bro. 4 points in 38 minutes. I love it. I wish Eric was here, low key. He would be having a field day right now. Last 2 games, Derek White got dunked on by said Javonte Green and shot 1 for 11. Oh, that's terrible. That's hilarious. Yeah, he got blocked by JI too. That was the other. That was the other block that he had. The first one was on Jaylen Brown, I think, or the other one was on Jaylen Brown. Yeah. But I love it. I love it, man. So Javonte Green didn't play a ton, but he did enough. He didn't hurt you, like we always say. Right. Only 7 minutes, but he was still on the floor for that last defensive possession. What do we always say? He may not start games, but he will finish some for you, right? This is another example of a guy you can just trust. Yeah. You can trust him. 100%. I always say he's not the best at anything, but he's good at a whole lot of stuff. Yeah. So, all right. We'll leave it there, guys. Let's move on, boss, now to Isaiah Stewart, our last player for tonight. Tonight, guys, Stu finished with 8 points on 2 of 5 overall. 0 of 2 from 3. Couldn't knock down the 3 ball, but he didn't make all 4 of his free throws. 4 boards and 1 block, boss, in 21 minutes. Take off on Dog Pound Sr.
I think all of his 8 points were in the first half because I remember them saying how he was a little bit on a roll with 8 points. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they were all there. The second was just that beautiful. In the second, my only note for him was just that Cater rejection.
Yeah,
it was perfect. I mean, you can't even argue a foul. Like just straight up elevated, said nope, and then they zoomed down on his face. He's like, "Are you kidding?"
Like, come on, bro. You don't know by now?
This was a couple of plays after he got called for attack for Jaylen Brown being Jaylen Brown holding his arm. Like, so it was just nice to be like, yeah, no. And so he only had how many blocks? 1?
Yeah, 1. Yeah.
But he was still disruptive. Like guys weren't going down there. They weren't trying to get it over Stu. I mean, and again, to say they talked about him, the announcers, that he was, that's why he's in conversations for Defensive Player of the Year. And he's such a big impact that, again, when Ron had his and one, Scalabrine had to be like, but did you see Jaylen Brown made it over Stu? Like, it wasn't just like that Jaylen Brown made a basket. Right. It was like, did you see who he made it on? It was Isaiah Stewart, because that's the impact that Stu is having in these games. Yep. So fine, have that Jaylen Brown, take home the L, but have your good job making a layup over Stu. But yeah, Kata, or the block on Kata was just gorgeous. I mean, probably my favorite play of the game, besides maybe the block, Asar's block on Pritchard on the perimeter. But those were both fun Detroit.
A lot of candidates.
Plays.
A lot of candidates.
So yeah, Stu, just another game where his numbers aren't huge, and it's
impact
makes me want to have him in the starting lineup too. But I mean, but Tobias, we needed
situational
yeah.
tonight.
But I did like to see him and Duren tonight on the floor, because we talked about this last game where the Suns were able to get a guy to the rim because Stu was trusted with a guy on the perimeter.
Right.
So when you have two bigs in, you can still put Stu on the perimeter and have a guy like Duren at the rim, or vice versa. So I did like that we at least got a couple two big lineups. And even the announcer said, they were like, yeah, the two bigs is how they beat them.
They said, quote, when they go to the double big lineup, the Celtics don't have an answer for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Straight up. So, and we saw it. They don't have an answer for JD by himself. So let alone Stu in there with him for sure. 313 says Stu is not trying to do with the internet tonight. He was like, yeah, I gotta get this block, bro. For sure. He's doing it routinely now, man. It's really so crazy.
Yeah.
He was good, man. He offensively, he was just cleaning up, nice finishes around the rim, nice dimes. Karis LeVert had a nice pass to him. J.I. had a nice pass to him, right? So he's just solid, man. Had those tap outs you mentioned, extra possessions. And you mentioned the presence defensively. Exactly, Charles. Just the presence. Making guys think twice when they go in there. So Rodney says, hands down, Beef Stew is a DPOI. I just did a short on that. Y'all go check it out on my YouTube page. Just talked about that with Lindsey Hunter and Tim Hardaway Jr. They're like, yeah, there's no way he's not the defensive player of the year. Yeah. No question about it. So he definitely deserves that for sure. Shout out to Stu, man. Shout out to Stu. So that's all I got on Stu. Boss, anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Well, listen, guys, we are going to quickly pivot and talk about some all-star stuff, right? We just got the news today, guys, that Cade Cunningham was officially named a starter for this year's All-Star game. And there are the starters right there. You got Jaylen Brown, Jalen Brunson, Giannis, Cade, and Tyrese Maxey for the East. And for the West, you got Jokic, you got Wemby, you got Luka, Steph, and Shea. So big deal, man. Big day for Cade Cunningham, man. If you guys check out this right here, you can see based off the player rank that Cade Cunningham, if you look at the bottom where it says Western Conference, you see find Cade's name, player rank, he's number 1. He was ranked number 1 amongst his peers, guys.
Beautiful.
Above Giannis, above Brunson, above Maxey, above Jaylen Brown, above everybody. He was ranked number 1. The fans got to catch up. They had him ranked 4. The casuals got to catch up. That's why it's DVE. That's why it's Detroit versus everybody, because they don't know outside of Detroit what the real deal is, but we do. At least the media had him number 2. I'm cool with that. They probably had Giannis number 1. I'm cool with that. But that says a lot about Cade. That says a lot about Cade and the respect that he has garnered already around the league about how good he is. Straight up. They know.
The media didn't have Giannis as number 1. The fans did. The media had Jaylen Brown as number 1.
You're right. That's crazy.
Take that, media. Well, because I'm so shocked by what he can do without Tatum. And I'm just like, but why?
He a finals MVP, bro. He could hoop.
Yeah. But whatever.
But anyway, I just want to give Cade some love, bro, because like people know. Like his peers know. They know how they play against him, right? So to me, that's what matters the most, right? Fans, okay. Media, okay. But those on the court against you, who got to line up and who have to guard you, and who guards you when you have the ball, like they know. So I just think he deserves a lot of credit for that. It's not fluff. This is all on-court stuff for sure.
You might say in the West that SGA would be the player rank too, but it was Jokic.
Oh no, Jokic is hands down to me the best player in the world. Like no question about it.
They don't even Steph Curry was 2 player rank. Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Those are 2 guys that don't foul bait and get the job done.
Right. I'm surprised Ant-Man is just 7 for fan rank. Wow.
So, I know, but did you see that he was tied with Wemby? Him and Wemby were tied, and it was the media rank that broke it.
Oh, I see it. You're right. Yeah, 4 and 5. Okay. Yeah. Interesting stuff there.
That was I would rather see Ant, and I personally would have put Donovan Mitchell over Brunson. I think
I would have too.
Having a much more consistent.
I would have too.
But that's I'm not part of it. But now I just gotta hope, hoping for a Duren reserve, and then in my Denver life, hoping for a Murray reserve.
Yeah, Jamal Murray, beast. It's crazy he's never been an All-Star before. That is wild to me that Jamal Murray's never been an All-Star. He's definitely gonna be there this year. Jokic probably sitting out low-key so he can get more shine. I ain't even mad. Do what you do. But yeah, today was a great day, man. Today was a great day for our young superstar who we suspected and thought deserved should be a starter. for the first time in his career, he gets the nod, man. And this boss, it's been a journey for our boy Cade, man. It's been a journey for him, man. I was thinking about today, just going from being the number 1 pick to having a season-ending surgery in year 2, only playing 12 games, to being called a bust, to he's not good enough. The losing streak we had 2 years ago, to being called not as good as Evan Mobley or Jalen Green, how they were better than him, and then to being called the 67th best player in the NBA the start of last season, and then to finally having a team put around him, a coach put around him, a coaching staff put around him that can support him. And it's like as soon as he got that, he becomes an all-star last year. And this year he's an all-star starter with plenty more in his future. So, and now he's even included in MVP talks just by putting a team around him that makes sense and a coaching staff around him that can help him grow.
Look, he's my favorite, and I'm trying not to even be biased as a Pistons fan, but just from a pure stat standpoint, like when you're a point guard, you're supposed to help your teammates score. Right. So that's what bothers me about guys like Shea, Brunson. Brunson's averaging, I think, 7 assists. Fine. Shea's averaging less than 5.
Okay. Yeah.
And then for me, but Shea and Brunson then can't also go play defense. Like I'll give that to Jaylen Brown today, but like that's why just like Cade just overall as a point guard is finding his shots and letting his team find his shots. Right. And then he's also just not giving up on the other end. Right. And he's doing, like, again, tonight was probably the first time he's made more free throws than field goals, I would say. So
that's very true. Very true.
But you can't say that about a lot of the other guys on that list.
Very true.
So that's just like where my, because I can say with Jokic too, like Jokic is kind of the same way where he's a distributor and gets his own shots.
Yep.
So, and I just like that. And he's not even a point guard. But, I just like that from guys. I don't like when you rank a guy so high, like Luka, but Luka is getting assists as well. So that's why I would put Luka and Cade above Shea, which is crazy to say. But that's
I get it. Yeah, I see what you mean. But Luka don't play any defense. But Shea is not a good defender either. So I see what you're saying. I got you.
But Luka is averaging, 9+ assists. He's right behind.
Fair.
So it's just like, to me, it's about that over. Like, I'd rather give it to one of those guys than a repeat to Shea, because I don't think that's what it is. But that's a whole tangent. But I just love him on there getting recognized. And I think fans eventually will catch on to the more space we get on air, the farther we go in playoffs, the more MVP discussions that Cade's involved in. Other fans will pick up on it, because obviously everyone knows who SGA and Jokic and Giannis are, but that's because they've been MVPs the past 5 years. So.
Right. For him to be number 1 amongst his peers over Giannis says a lot.
Yeah.
That says a lot, man, because Giannis is a force to be reckoned with. But once again, so is Cade. And people are starting to see that now that we're winning. He was averaging, the year we lost those games in a row, he was averaging like 23 and 7. Yeah. Nobody cared because we had lost so many games. Oh, those are empty stats. He's not that good. Okay. Now what? So it's never like he was just playing bad basketball. They just didn't. He's gotten better, obviously, but they just didn't care. They saw the win-loss, and that was it. But now that we're starting to stack up wins, his numbers are still there and better. You can't argue it now. Yeah. Can't argue it. Ethan says Cade won't win MVP until after he wins a playoff series. Maybe if he's the clear favorite out of those guys that are eligible, but SGA, Joker will for sure get it before Cade. Brown, if those two are. But here's the thing. To be fair, you mentioned SGA, Joker, and Brown. All 3 of those guys have Finals MVPs. Yeah. All 3 of them. So that's fair, right? You can't. And
I agree with the playoff series thing.
I agree. You got to earn your stripes. I'm not mad at that.
That goes into my whole thing about exposure too. Like,
very true.
That's what helps us get exposure. Because last year we got it, a little bit, but then the Knicks were the favorite, but we got it a little bit to the point of people didn't realize what we could do. Right. And then we lost, and they just, like, okay, well, that's done with. And now we're top of the East. And, it's all starting to build up. It's just all starting to build up. So.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's fair. And one more thing on Ethan, I mentioned it before. The Pistons have never had a regular season MVP. Ever. It's never happened.
Not even
Isaiah Thomas never won MVP. Joe D never won MVP. Grant Hill never won MVP. Dave Bing was third in MVP voting. That's the closest I think we've gotten. So it's going to take a lot for him to get it. They're going to make him earn it, unfortunately. But he's going to keep knocking on the door, and he's going to get there because, once again, Trajan Langdon is building a good team for a long time. We're going to be winning for a long time, guys. So once you have that sustained success and once you win those playoff series and you continue to get better and you might be able to potentially represent Team USA for the American team as the best American point guard and all these things start to kind of stack on top of each other, then it'll be a point where it's like, okay, he's got a resume now. He's got a resume now. He deserves it. I think that's how it's going to happen. It's going to have to happen that way, I think. So I think he's going to do it too. So I just want to shout Cade out, man, because I feel like he has put the Pistons back on the map. Right? I mean, they've gotten it done as an organization. I want to be fair. They've gotten it done together as an organization from Tom Gores all the way down. I want to be fair. But I'm just saying, as the leader of this team, right, Cade has played a huge part in the Pistons doing things like tying the franchise record for wins in a row 13, becoming the first Pistons All-Star starter in 17 years, which is a huge deal, guys, right? Being the first Pistons player in 17 years to become a starter. That is a big deal, right? Doing things like that, leading his team to their first playoff appearance in 6 years last year, first playoff, win in 17 years. Like, his impact is immeasurable. Like, he deserves all of his flowers right now, boss.
I just have to say, in Allen Iverson, the 2009, no shade to AI, but that was because of his name. Like his we just talked about. 2009 is the first year we didn't make the playoffs.
We made it, but we got swept.
Oh, sorry. That's what it was. Yes.
Yep.
And that's when our kind of down.
We traded Chauncey. Right. It all went down. Right.
So it's not, that was more like Cade. That is just, for me, it's bigger because Cade has earned this. Allen Iverson got in because he was already a star in the league. And that's why
100%.
He was a starter. Again, no
100%.
Glad he was a starter when he was on the Pistons, but like, this is just big for Cade, who has literally had to, we've seen him stay consistent, but he's had to, maintain that consistency, knowing that he's not being appreciated by the
Exactly.
So
exactly. He didn't jump off the boat, man. Like, he was overlooked. It had to be hard for him. Hearing people say, he's not the number, he shouldn't have deserved to go first, and all these different things. He never pouted to the media. He never blamed his teammates.
Nope.
He just stayed the course, man. That is a character guy. Like, along with him being as good as he is as a basketball player, we see a lot of guys now who are not in anywhere near that situation acting out right now. You know what I'm saying? We're lucky to have this dude, bro. We are lucky to have this dude on this team. And I'm glad that we got the number one pick when we got it. The year we got it, because you could get the number one pick in any year, but the draft may not be as strong, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, no shade, but I'm glad we didn't get it the year Paolo came out. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's all about when you get it too. So I'm just glad we got it when we got it, because we got a guy who is going to be good for us for a long time and who's going to represent the Pistons the right way. No off-the-court shenanigans. It's just all around. It's just a good look. Yeah. It's a beautiful thing, man. Beautiful thing. So I couldn't be happier for him, to prove to the NBA world that what we all knew as Pistons fans when we drafted him here 4.5 years ago, that he is him. He's him. I think we are officially guys in the Cade Cunningham era as far as the NBA is concerned. So
absolutely.
We'll leave it there, boss. Anything else on that?
Nope. Just again, congrats to Cade. Congrats to his family, his support systems, his teammates, everybody. Cade's not taking this. He understands that the support that also got him here. I'm excited for him, and I'm excited for us. We got a starter, and I think that we'll also get news about Durham being reserved too. This is just big for our team to
next
have
week.
To have two All-Stars on the same team.
Absolutely.
Not common.
And I think we're going to see them two there for a long time, man. JD said he in the Slam interview, said he wants to play with Cade for his whole career. That's what JD just said. That's my point guard. Like, T.O., that's my teammate. Yeah. That's my quarterback. Yeah, man, I love it, man. So, guys, we will end it there, man. It is nearly, it is 1 o'clock now. It's 11 o'clock where you at, but EST, it is 1 o'clock in the morning. We're going to get up out of here, man. Real quick, guys, the Pistons are back on the road for their next matchup, as we mentioned, coming against the New Orleans Pelicans Wednesday night. And Boss and I will be here. I'm going to be plugged into that game. for many reasons. So
look, if you guys like Trey Murphy, obviously, but that's who I'm excited about. But they have a lot of young talent too. I really like Derek Queen. I think he can give us problems, and I really like Jeremiah Fears as well.
I think we're good with Stu on Derek Queen, honestly.
Yeah, but then we got Zion too. He's back and healthy.
True.
And he's been doing well.
But
Derek Queen, he can get, he doesn't have to score, but he can assist and rebound. He's an all around.
He's good.
He's just fun to watch. I've liked the Pelicans because they're fun to watch. They have been holding their own, and then they just can't close out. That's
the thing.
It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. So even if Cade chooses to rest, whatever, I still think we're going to do fine. But I don't think it's going to be the easiest. It's not going to be as easy as people might assume seeing the Pelicans record.
Yeah. I agree with that. They have a lot of talent on that team. They just don't know how to win games, like you were saying.
Bay, Sadiq
Bay's over there. Yeah, Derek Queen, Jeremiah Fears, Trey Murphy, Zion. So they got a lot of talent. They just don't know how to play together yet. I've been watching their games. They like a house of cards down the stretch.
Yeah.
They just kind of fall apart. Right. That's a young team. That's what young teams do. So I think it's going to be a double-digit win, personally.
But I don't think it'll just be smooth sailing. I think you can just sit back and be like,
I agree. It's
not like the Pacers.
I agree because they don't have the talent. The Pacers don't have the talent that the Pels do right now.
I mean,
for sure.
They hold their own. Like I said, they've been tied or had leads against the Lakers. Like they can. I think that they can't get complacent. We just can't get complacent and be like, this is going to be easy. And I think it's our only away game, and then we come back for another home stretch, right?
Right. Yep. Yeah. Let's check real quick. Let's check the schedule. So check the fifth row, guys. We see the Pelicans on the right, fifth row. Mm-hmm. That is the next game. Then we got the Rockets at home, Kings at home. Then we got the Nuggies, and then the Suns on the road. So we got 2 games back at home before we go out for 2 more games. So.
And I did see someone ask if Jokic is going to be back for the Nuggets game. The 27th is his 4-week checkup. So that's when they said they'll evaluate him. And that's the day we play him. So we'll see. I can see them putting him in for limited minutes to keep him in the All-Star or to keep him in the MVP race. I can also see him coming back completely healthy and surprising us. I don't know. But I'll be there. I'm excited.
I want to see him, but I'm like, I want to get that dub too.
I want to see him, but I do not want to see him.
I want to see how we look against them. I want to see these teams full strength. I ain't gonna lie. I want to see how we match up
against Jokic.
Say again?
I want to see JD and Stu against Jokic. I think
right, exactly.
I think Asar's assignment will be Murray. Honestly, but Jokic can do it all from everywhere. So I don't know who will be assigned.
Yeah, JD and Stu gonna have to, which I think they will. They're gonna put in work. So we'll see, man. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun, man. But guys, we appreciate you guys for showing up, man. We're gonna have the Sarah Bowl next week. That's hilarious.
It's gonna be intense. It's gonna be fun.
So we'll see, man. Yeah, for sure. For sure, man. So we'll leave it there, guys. We will see you guys on Wednesday. It's been a great show. We appreciate y'all hanging with us, man. 160 y'all hanging with us at 1 o'clock in the morning. That's love, man. So that's a wrap for this show. We appreciate y'all showing up and showing out that you guys always do. Make sure y'all smash that like button if you enjoyed the show and subscribe if you are new. That rhyme, don't hate the player, don't hate the game. Bars. Hope everybody has a great night, man. And y'all know the drill, man. Y'all be safe in Detroit versus everybody. Peace.
All the dirty work, all dog. I'ma dive on the floor, go try to block every shot, and I'ma be physical with you the whole game. You know Stu gonna be physical with you. When you think of the Pistons, you think of just hard work and just gritty basketball. That's just the identity you gotta have when you put on that jersey.
I'm not your average breed of canine. Not a good dog, I'm bad boy for life. I set the tone, don't care about no tick. Let it be known, I get my respect. Come in the lane and see I don't bluff. If you retaliate, that's on ya. Talking pundits, I hear you're ashamed. Talking that chop, you must run this way. I'm trying to tell ya. If the dog palm, mess around, find out, If the dog palm, mess around, find out, For some barbecue sauce, boy, you better crack a real, cause I'm like that. When you're real for some barbecue sauce, boy, you better come for help, cause I'm like that.